area. I know a airport then near Milan. Chuck, you think I hear that, Chuck?
Right, you know that's an investment.
Vegas.
Vegas, what may I say now?
Hold on the studio. You're going to need to visit the West Milan too, because airport I got a girl.
Oh, no. Let me tell you. We done already. I see chop up where I go on there. And brother, remember saying no. Me have children, brother. Me and a buffoon where run and I run back a sitting where me know say can benefit me
Generational wealth.
Thank you, Chuck. You think me I hear that, brother? You think me out there loud up my voice and I mess up my good Whitney Houston sounding voice over politics and nothing, brother? Brother, I know say this means a lot to my children, them and your children, them and our children, them, brother.
All right.
You see?
Yeah, no, what I say, Chuck, is that, Vegas, is that the amount of land, flat land, there's no comparison, you know, because the amount of flat land in St. Thomas, you know, to be developed, you know. So when that's spread out, you know, Chuck, as where Angel say, I look at Miami, a serious business, I'll go on out there, you know. You understand? And how much minute to go to St. Thomas? Few minutes. Yeah, and then when he bypass Phoenix to go Portland, how much minutes from St. Mary and Portland to go St. Thomas? Few minutes. You understand? A big deal, man. Big deal. Our biggest wheel out I see, come on. Remember me tell you. Beat them, but they have heart attack.
Maybe you want to say something before we play it?
Yeah, man, the Jacksal thing, our explosive thing to a man, for understand that, you know, is a town center. Yeah, shift from for Ochi, you know, man, for know that, you know. And they come on, because the economy run the way it run, make everybody push themselves down on a Jacksal. I just the roadway, you know, then go fix. So everywhere it happen. I'm here Vegas just make a comment about up at St. Mary right beside the airport. I was there right at Easter period and me say my mouth, my jaw drop. We do what they go on up in St. Mary there. I tell her, the thing is normal at Jamaica right now. And me have enough people from foreign come home. I can tell you that straight up.
That is the goal of everybody overseas now, to return to Jamaica and do something. Right. I'm gonna play the engineer.
Yeah, man. But Chuck, me I listen to the whole thing I said today. I'm not lying, man. The ruling lick me a certain way and disappoint me a certain way because I mean, for many level it's perplexing. But now you start to seeing the PNP jump out, Jamaicans for just to jump out, and you see that it betray what really in them heart. From the PNP side, see it straight. Say unless development of the country happen under them, I just play bad mind and envy and brought down. The biggest thing for the PNP, you know, is that crime falling under the GLP. The biggest thing for the PNP is that you're seeing an urban center in Morant Bay happening under the GLP. The biggest thing for the PNP is to see the dollar whole and see the country develop under the GLP. See? And so everything what I see happening here, just betray what in them heart. Chuck, you realize that the court ruled that some of the SOEs in 2018 were unconstitutional. And some of those states of emergencies were states of emergencies that were supported by the PNP. You realize that, Chuck?
No some. The engineer stated this earlier. Every single one of them, the PNP voted in favor of it. Every single one.
How can you get up now and you, back in whenever, supported a state of emergency, voted for a state of emergency, and a court now ruled that it's unconstitutional, and you celebrate that? And say, yeah man, that means it's a psychotic party, is a party full of people with schizophrenia. I mean, understand what Vegas mean 100% when you realize so what I go on right now is that you have to look ahead for your kids and think when we come out here on social media and say something, and others we are defend. It's not a run, we are run behind politics. It's not partisan, we're partisan. It's the lives of our kids we are look out for. Because we see what this party is doing for the country. We see what the GLP is doing for Jamaica. Yeah? is the most appropriate election thing that they put forward when them say when you pick the GLP, you're not picking a party, you're choosing Jamaica. Straight up. Zane, go and play the thing, Chuck.
The engineer, can I add something to you, sir? The engineer.
Go on, Navy.
Go on top, man. Go on, show on top. Yeah, listen.
All right. You see that SOA thing there? It close to my heart. I'm more me live. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think me and y'all go to the same primary school too, even though you're ahead of me.
You see there? I tell you, say, down on the main road, man, they start come out, come fire gun off of one another, you know. So them can go and talk. If I'm ready to turn up by courthouse door. I'm telling you that me, my son and my pitney mother, then a car and man run off a man right downtown with gun. And from the SOE they come in, not like that not again. Yeah, so they can go and talk.
Go and talk. We have to secure Jamaica, man. Anyway, guys, listen to the PM speech on Friday.
By giving thanks to God, who has made this day possible. And we give God thanks for the showers of blessings that He has rained on us. We are not dry weather people. We are resilient people. And we know that God is pleased with what we have done here today. Allow me to thank those who have mastered the ceremony so far, and allow me as well to acknowledge Mr. Fenton Ferguson, representing the Leader of the Opposition, the members of my cabinet who are here. So many of them are here, I could convene a cabinet meeting. His Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, Chen Daozhang, and here I must mention the special effort and support of the Chinese government and China Harbor Engineering Company, who played a critical role in this development. I must especially acknowledge the members of Parliament who also played a critical liaison role in ensuring that the project went off seamlessly. MP James Robertson for Western St. Thomas and Dr. Michelle Charles for Eastern St. Thomas. Allow me as well to acknowledge our custos, the Honorable Norma Walters, and our Mayor, Marcia Bennett. Forgive me, Custos Marcia Bennett. Allow me to acknowledge our Mayor, Councillor Louis Chin, Mayor of Moran Bay. Now, what can I say about the Honorable?
So you tried learning the language.
I hate YouTube when them do this.
Because it's no more Littleton anymore. The chairman of the Factories Corporation, who has taken on this project not just for his own professional duty, but he has taken it on as a passion project. This is something that he really wanted to see done, and I commend you, Tani, for the effort that you have put in. Mr. Angus Young, the Chief Executive Officer of the National Commercial Bank Capital Markets Limited, for your partnership in this project. Mr. Dan Gramby, Country Manager of China Harbor Engineering Company, and all the clients and stakeholders of the Morant Bay Urban Center. But most of all, I want to thank each and every one of you here who has come to witness this moment in history. I want to thank the people of St. Thomas for your patience, for your long suffering and your endurance. Today, we definitively close the chapter of decades of underdevelopment, disinvestment, infrastructural neglect that have long defined a narrative of St. Thomas being the forgotten parish.
No more.
Today, we emphatically declare that St. Thomas is firmly on the path for the fulfillment of its true vision of a prosperous, growing, fair, and equitable society. Today is 160 years since the Morant Bay Rebellion. For many, there is an expectation that for the wrongs that were done to us and our forebears and our ancestors, that there must be reparations. And I believe that there must be reparations. And eventually, inevitably, there will be reparations. We must keep up the fight for reparations. But I also believe that the duty of reparations does not only lie on the generations that follow the wrong, in the sense of the generations of those who committed the wrong should right the wrongs of their forebears. It is also incumbent on the generations of the victims to also, in their own actions, in their own achievements, in the decisions they make, to right the wrongs that were visited upon their forebears. In other words, whilst I believe that there must be reparations, I am not going to wait on it. I believe that I have the strength and vigor of my mind and body. I believe I have the agency, meaning the independence to act in my own interest. And I believe I have equal or even greater intellect to use whatever little resources I have to correct the wrongs that were visited on my forebears, so that my children coming won't have to suffer the indignity and the wrongs. And it is in doing that that you are able to stand up as equal to those who have done you wrong in the past, to say, regardless of what you have done to me, see, I have made good with my own two hands. I have pulled myself up from the bootstraps. I have stood up against obstacles, and I have overcome. Today is a day when the people of St. Thomas can say, we are overcoming 160 years of wrongs and neglect. And we are doing it off and by ourselves with our own resources. That is what it means, my people, to be
No
independent.
food, Tapanaris Domingo.
That is what it means to be independent. I am not an ideologue. I don't believe.
Everybody hearing it? Connecting the dots, I'm not hearing. Everybody hear me all right? I don't know, so my time, my Wi-Fi hack up in and I have to check. Everybody hearing it?
In any form of
Loud
idea
and clear, my end.
other than what makes sense, other than what works, other than what is practical, other than what is fair. And I have conducted myself as your leader in that regard. A decade ago, at a church in this parish, I hosted a town hall meeting called Prosperity Live. Some of you here may have been in that circle. And a young lady stood up and she said, and I'm paraphrasing her, St. Thomas needs development. For too long, we have neglected the parish. And she used certain examples to demonstrate the neglect. I'll never forget it. She said St. Thomas is the only parish that doesn't have a stoplight. And then she went on to say, St. Thomas don't even have a KFC. Now I am going to send a bill for promotion to KFC because the amount of time that they have been mentioned here. But you get the point that the people of St. Thomas wanted to see the signs of modernity in their parish. 10 years later, I'm able to stand here and say, St. Thomas, I did not forget you. St. Thomas, you are now at the cutting edge. Ground was broken in 2019, but the plan was actually conceived.
And the PNP then said it couldn't be done.
2017. And I recall distinctly when we broke ground, there were those disbelievers, as there always are persons who are skeptical, that said it wouldn't happen. There were those who probably secretly wanted it not to happen. But by God's willing and hard work, it has happened. We have a comprehensive development plan for your parish. We started off with the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project, a 16 kilometers 4-lane highway from Harbour View to Yallas, and 96 kilometers of improved roadway from Yallas to Port Antonio. All of that together represents approximately $200 million of expenditure. That is about $32 billion spent on improving access through the parish. And it wasn't all the main road. We improved the road access for Cedar Valley as well, and other roads leading off. And it wasn't just roads. We also put in water, we put in sewage, and we also laid the conduits and cables for broadband internet to come to this parish. We have built this Morant Bay Urban Center at a cost of billion Jamaican dollars. We have built the Yalas fire station at a cost of 163 million Jamaican dollars. We have upgraded the Acadia.
Did you hear that? The Yalas fire station. Right? Now, before this, there wasn't one. This government promise made, promise kept.
And Port Moran Health Center at a cost of 37 million Jamaican. Today, I'll be handing over about 6 more.
How much in here, Chavi? Pan Youngos Thursday? 6.
Guys, when you coming in the
Friday, same way, still Friday. Just because I already hold them in.
if you request to come up on the platform, you have to mute your mic, because if you come up and your mic is not muted, they're gonna remove you.
We have 13.5 acres of land in proximity to this development. And I want you to look out for it, because I intend to come to the first festival or stage show that is kept here, when Gramps and the Morgan family is performing, when Popcorn, as Prime Minister, of course, what do you think? I intend to be there to hear Tony and sing. I'm not going to do any singing today. But we're going to develop that 13.5 acres of land into a multi-purpose entertainment and sports facility that is going to be the envy of other parishes. This project is not yet finished, because we're going to do another extension of 10 acres of new buildings for micro and small businesses in St. Thomas, right here, right on this center. And we are not just thinking for 5 years, we're thinking for the next 50 years. This urban center is going to grow. And so we are taking the steps necessary to ensure that we have access to lands around the urban center to secure its future expansion. We are very happy that we can bring a university to the parish. We are very happy that the Heart Trust is going to be here, not just as an administrative office, but they will have the training facilities here as well. When I heard the announcement that PICA will be here, a lot of noise went up for them. As the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, JPS, NWC, the National Housing Trust, the Jamaica Information Service, all kinds of government entities.
You realize how much things wasn't available in St. Thomas? And you realize how much things was not available in St. Thomas? And when we hear it, we have to think back at it. Remember in the 80s, you know? Remember in the 80s, if you wanted a birth certificate, you have to jump on a bus and go to town. Passport, town, everywhere, town. Everything was town. So when all of these services were being localized, the PNP put St. Thomas off of the map and called them the forgotten parish. That's why none of these services was available in St. Thomas.
Are going to be here. So the people of St. Thomas don't have to travel to Kingston to be connected with their government. They can come right here. Oh, did I mention that the tax office will be here as well?
But Chavi, let me break and say this, as I see you mentioned that night. Thursday night, I was listening to a guy, St. Thomas
Events, St. Thomas events.
Was Barker, and he must have been a discussion with another guy, and the guy was saying that people from Kingston or other parishes come take where they work. And I remember the guy that was hosting it, him said, no. Him say, at 5 years now, this a bill. The people should have prepared themselves for the work long time. They should have prepared for it because they know it did come. And me I say, when me hear the reason, me I said, these are the kind of conversation that people need to have. Stop, sit down, and call yourself a victim when you get the opportunity, you never take it, and somebody else come utilize it. Right? And now it is there. People, as you say, have to put themselves to take advantage of what is happening in Jamaica. A different Jamaica now, you know.
Yeah, man. You notice when you play the part that said I'm gonna bring a brand new sport and entertainment facility, me comment St. Thomas and I'm gonna need a Premier League team, a Red Stripe Premier League team.
Yes.
And so one lady come out and say yes, and a netball team also.
All right.
So when you plan in place, the people have to be proactive and act
People
and
have to
go
be
there and
proactive.
start initiate things. Start get ready for it.
But while I'm very
all right, go on, play back. Me not gonna say something, but what?
Well, I know, OG. Let me just finish the pandemic break.
I'm
and come
also
there.
very proud of the courthouse. And there's a reason. You see, a part of the spark for the Morant Bay Rebellion was that the small farmers, the children of the former enslaved who worked the fields, trying to do their little business, they couldn't get justice. They were occupying lands, and the plantation owners didn't want them to become subsistence farmers. So they did all kinds of things to undermine their occupation of the land, so that they had to come back to the plantation to work. And therefore, even if as freedmen, they would go to plead their case in court, they couldn't get any justice, because the administration of the court system was also a part of the planter class.
Like we have now.
And that created a sense of injustice in the society, and that boiled over into the rebellion. So it is very symbolic that we are going to be putting right here the most modern court facility in Jamaica, and possibly indeed in the Caribbean, right here in the Morant Bay Urban Center. We are also going to be building out medical facilities, and this will host 25 specialized units ranging from general practitioners.
How I grow my business revenue with one.
Pediatricians, neurologists, orthopedic surgeons, you name it. And we will also have a facility for accident and emergency and urgent care. This will significantly improve access to healthcare in St. Thomas. We are laying the foundation, my friends, for a new economy in this parish. And I want you to pay attention to that mission. We are not going to create prosperity without creating an economy. And to create the economy, you have to build infrastructure, because it is the infrastructure that creates the platform on which people can do business and generate profit and satisfy demand. This lovely facility here, this very convenient facility here, well designed and well laid out, this is going to create the new economy that will generate the new wealth for the parish, not just for people who are already rich, but for every single person in St. Thomas. This will be generating the prosperity that you have always wished for. The important point to note, however, is that this development is not only going on in St. Thomas. We have already started the Boundbrook Urban Center. So the people of Portland will be experiencing this kind of joy to see the restructuring and redevelopment of their parish, to see the creation of a new economy. We have started to acquire lands in Negril because the town of Negril is growing rapidly and it needs its own urban center. In Portmore, we are looking at a project in Portmore that we are going to be calling the Jamaican Silicon Valley. And that project is in its development state. It's the Nagohead Integrated Business Center, and that center will be the largest project undertaken by the FCJ. It will span 1 million square feet. That would be about 2 times the size of this project.
Chuck, when see how much time size of that project?
Pointed out to me that when it's the Boundbrook Urban Center.
We could go again and hear him.
So the people of Portland
1 billion.
Experiencing this kind of joy to see the restructuring and redevelopment of their parish, to see the creation of a new economy in their parish.
Not really, 1 billion square feet.
To acquire
1 million square feet.
in Negril, because the town of Negril is growing rapidly and it needs its own urban center. In Portmore, we are looking at a project in Portmore that we are going to be calling the Jamaican Silicon Valley. And that project is in its development state. It's the Nagohead Integrated Business Center, and that center will be the largest project undertaken by the FCJ. It will span 1 million square feet. That would be about 2 times the size of this project.
So if everyone think that one the big.
Minister Vaz pointed out to me that when I am speaking, I must mention that it is not just roads that we have built, but we have allocated 2 bus routes to St. Thomas. And those 2 bus routes, since they have been installed less than 3 months now, about 4 months now, they have carried over 100,000 rides. And I am certain that everyone who is using those buses are very happy because it is saving them bus fare, improving their convenience, and it is operating on time. But more is to come.
More is to come.
You're going to get 7 school buses that will be serving some of the remote areas of the parish. And I'm certain that the children of this parish will be very happy to be able to use those buses and, of course, those buses will be free of cost to them in terms of busing. But what I'm also very proud of and very pleased of, you haven't seen it yet. Well, you have seen a little of it. But St. Thomas is going to see an explosion in housing development. Already, we have about 2 or 3 housing developments happening along the road corridor. But I'm here to tell you that I am in sight of at least 3 other major developments to come on more than 3,000 acres of land, which will give both accessible, affordable, and low-income housing and middle and upper-income housing. So the entire parish is going to be a place where people are going to come and move in to live. So you who have been here suffering for a long time, you are also going to benefit because they have to come to your market, they have to hire you, they have to come and use your service. So your parish is going to grow and your income is going to grow. And from your income, you will be able to do the things that you have always wanted.
You know, here, the connection. All right, that is the connection. That is how you eat road.
Sure. I asked a question in the comments. Mr. Maestro asked me, what's that? So me ask it to everybody verbally, orally. The Prime Minister did something that day that I think is the most important move. He made a move that day. I'm wondering who else did. He made a move that day that I think is the most important move. I wonder if you see it first.
What are you talking? Javi?
Go again, me not hear you.
What are you referring to?
So nobody used to pick up that big move, the most important move idea. Don't tell me that. Not tell me that. The man made a move that day. In my opinion, the biggest move that. All right, when you put everything in together, the grand plan, you put the master plan together. You hear me?
Yeah, man, I hear you.
When you think about the master plan and even listening to his speech just now, talking about the Nagohead integrated business center, which is going to be 2 times the size of that one, Negril, all these places. He made a move that day when he go to the school, when he stop at the school to speak to the children, because they put in all these infrastructure and nobody to work them, put us at a deficit. All these infrastructure and nobody to work them. It puts us at a deficit. So the man went to the school to sell the vision to the future. Though he is building it, you know, at them people in the school, them are the future of this thing, you know. Because how long will the Prime Minister and his cabinet operate? They have only about a few years left in this thing, you know.
Yeah,
It's the people who have come on after him needs to be ready. And I also believe they need to get into the schools right across the island and sell this vision to the children. It's nice us as adults proud. It's nice us as adults proud now and looking at and say, yes, this is the right move. But really the true benefactors is the generation coming after us.
So Travi, I'm glad you lead with that because I want to say something. Welcome, Maestro. Are you guys hearing me?
Loud and
Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, we're here.
All right.
Now.
So tomorrow, welcome everyone. We have 175 folks over here. Tomorrow, guys, will be 1 year since Chuck forced himself into my space. Since
let's run a conversation fit for airplay. Force himself in your space.
Hello.
Since Maestro
Your card
forced
name, you go
himself
vex.
into my space. Hold on, I'm saying it all. Since Maestro forced himself into my space, since Joshua and everybody else pushed themselves onto my platform, and kind of was leading me to go and do my own research, because people believe that I was PNP. Tomorrow is going to be 1 year since that happened, right? When I finally live on a politics platform. And I'm glad I choose the Jamaica Labour Party. I'm glad Chuck forced himself into my space. I'm glad Joshua, Maestro, Chopper, and all that did, because I have no regrets choosing the Jamaica Labour Party. I've never voted before. This election will be my first time voting. And to add to what you say, Travi, it's not just the youths of the future now, but look at what the Prime Minister is doing for the country. Because even like the Morgan said, this is a legacy that he's going to leave behind. And he's not just doing this as a promise. He said what he does, and he does what he say. And so I'm saying this to say, building out St. Thomas and building the urban center, it wouldn't be good if we didn't have roads to drive there, darling. If the road didn't take the Morgans 45 minutes from airport to Morant Bay, well, the urban center would make sense. But I'm saying this to say, from Morant Bay to Port Antonio, the same good road will take us to Port Antonio. And the same good road will take us from Port Antonio to Ocho Rios. The same great road is going to take us from Ocho Rios to Montego Bay, to Mobay, and from Mobay to Negril. Do you see what this Prime Minister is doing? Do you understand what's really happening? Right.
Interconnectivity drives commerce.
Right.
It drives commerce. Towards interconnectivity drives commerce.
And
it drives commerce, business and goods. And even tourists will be moving along easy and fast.
Absolutely. Chavi, hold on, baby. I went to Costa Rica, and it's the same thing. We could have left from one side to the other, from the Rio side, coming right back to La Fortuna. It was beautiful, but like you said, it is the traverse from one area to the other was not hard. It was not difficult. And that's tourism right there. And I'm saying that to say the PNP don't have that vision. When I look at the PNP, I see jail, I see badness. I don't see anything a great and a mighty future for Jamaica. I just see a whole bunch of noise. And I'm saying that to say, guys, I couldn't have made such a decision. This was the biggest one I've made. OG, mute your mic, please. Your background. This decision that I have made because Chuck forced himself into my space, Chopper Media, Joshua, and tomorrow is my 1 year anniversary since I met you guys. And so I just want to say thank you. And I have not regretted this decision. So, shower labor rights.
No, that you said that. You know, I wish there is the opportunity that some people who are listening to you and hearing what you said could go back and find some of those live discussions that we had on your platform. Because let people understand what used to happen on your platform. This was this lady having her platform, and we went on there with politics. She accommodated us, and is one of the only platforms that would have had PNP and Labour in the box, and it ran with discipline, because she ensured that nobody not come with no foolishness, because she not ram for fact check us, and maybe that is what drives her decision. Because when she fact checked the Jamaica Labour Party, she would have recognized that we were literally saying things that was actually true. When they asked the People's National Party for their references and as such, they had a difficulty coming up with it. And that is what is exactly happening. The PNP has no fact to come with. So Angel, your life would have done well to have disseminated facts from against propaganda. So you would have played your role, and you're welcome there. And we were happy to have been in your space, because we did enjoy, because we used to have some very good discourse over there.
while we have fun. So it is good that people know these things and understand, because at the end of the day, we are all one Jamaican trying to make a choice for what is best for us. And there is no option on the table right now. And this is not because I might be a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party. Let the facts speak for itself. You would have listened to what was played just now. And never in the history of Jamaica could a prime minister at a function could have said anything close to what this man would have said today. You understand me? And as Angel pointed out, this prime minister would have said it and he would have proven it. He does not make promises. What he makes is commitment. And all the commitments that he would have made, some he has completed them, some he is in process of completing them, and some is in process of starting to manifest itself. So this prime minister and his government is actually walking the walk and talking the talk.
We have 165 people on, and I want to beg y'all a favor before I say something else. I want to make a plea to you all. I want to beg y'all a favor. If you could click on my name right here, you go to my page. You're not going to get kicked off the line. Go to my page, click the link to the YouTube channel there and subscribe. That is a YouTube channel that I'm trying to get up and running. I need 50 subscribers to be able to go live. 50 subscribers so I can go live on that channel. I need to put in some work in that channel. I'm setting up schedules so I can do some work on that channel. All right, with that, guys, please. 170 odd people on the chat. Angel, I'm sure you follow my YouTube channel. Angel, get it right. OG Maestro.
Give them the name of the channel.
Click, just press my name here. So go on my home page and you're gonna see it. That's for TikTok, right here on TikTok on your screen. I'm not giving nothing hard for you. Just click on my name. You see mine come up, go to my home page. You see me, the link is in there in my description. The link you'll see YouTube. The name of the channel is Emancipated Thinker. I need to put in some work because I have some thoughts that I need to share over there. And I'm gonna share another thought now. Now I just stated that the Prime Minister needs a boss move by going to the next generation to speak to them and show them the vision of the urban center in their local area. In fact, he installed a university campus in this very urban center, right? These students need to buckle down and get it right so they can go and occupy that space within that university. But he didn't just put a school in place. Before the school came to St. Thomas, what happened? He removed guarantor for a student loan because not everybody parents can afford it on their own, right? Not only that, Barry with scholarship through the Ministry of Health, $5 billion over 5 years in scholarship will be given to anybody who wants to study in the medical field, right? Not only that, from the budget, they have allotted $650 million for scholarship to study in whatever discipline you want. And there are other private sector scholarships that is being given out. But that's the government side. You know who we really want to appeal to this afternoon? Us, parents. Us, parents. We have to go to a new level. We're here and we are champion the car, big up the Prime Minister and say, yes, we love this. We love to see Jamaica go to the next level. But are we taking our children along? Are we pushing our children to be on the level where we out here fight for and advocate for and give our voice and time to every day? May I ask everybody, may I ask me very self the question, am I doing enough in my children's life to make sure that they are ready for the future without their work for? It is a very important question. Yes, the Prime Minister out there, the education minister do their lot, but us as parents need to take accountability. And the time is now. The Prime Minister would have stated in his budget presentation that we missed the first, second, and third, and fourth industrial revolution. We're up on the fifth. Will we miss it also? Bruce Golding some years back stated that we are too blessed to be stressed. We are too rich to be poor, or for some of us talking about being poor. None of us that should be rid from our vocabulary, not with this country that we live in. that is blessed and rich with resources, blessed with a beautiful people that the world loves. Our voice, our very talking is an attraction. Let us get it right. So while the Prime Minister is doing his work, us as parents who see the vision and is on board, let us get our children in line to benefit. You vote for it, you campaign for it, you advocate for it, make sure your children benefit from it.
Make sure them benefit.
Chavi, your background kind of drawn you out because, yeah, you know, your voice is dropped, but the background dropped. But we hear you still. Because what Travis said in a nutshell, people, and I'm glad he touched on that point, because it brings the thought right back to the forefront of my mind, is that when I listen to the Prime Minister over the years, the question I would have, the thing that would have come to my mind and things I would have shared with people in discussing it is to say, it is all good that the Prime Minister and his government, what they are doing, but to get the best result from what they are doing is we, the people, need to buy into it and take advantage of what he's putting in place. Because without we utilizing all these initiatives that he's putting in place, we will not see the true result of what he's doing. You understand me? So we have to get the knowledge, get the understanding, research what is there, because everything is there to be researched. And trust me, when we tell you all, for who don't know, I say it without reservation. Any live you see Travi, you will see Chuck, Chaps, Joshua, Lashika. These people, they don't just come here, come talk because they are laborites. They are putting the facts out there. So you can see for yourself, understand it. If you hear them talk, ask them where you can find it, and they will tell you. And you can see for yourself. Because we have to get on board so that we can manifest the true potential of what the Prime Minister and his government is trying to do. That is why we are saying choose Jamaica today.
And that is why, that is the campaign going forward for us, young people. Choosing Jamaica. Let the PM continue.
I know, I'm the first to tell you that there is still a lot to be done. We know that there are communities that still don't have proper water supply. We know that there are communities that still have bad roads. We know that there are many houses to be fixed. The last time I toured, they took me on the river bank around that side and showed me how the river is eating away and threatening their houses. We have to address those. So as I stand here and tell you all the great things, I don't want you to believe that I am not also aware of the things that are dragging on your mind. But anybody can come here and play upon grievance and grouses, but not anyone can actually say, I can deliver. I can deal with those issues. I know how to deal with it because I can show you how I have dealt with it. So I said to those persons who choose not to look at the positive side of things, those who choose to see the glass as half empty, I say to them, look to the person who can fill the glass.
Listen to this part.
Look to the person who has made the glass half empty. Because the person who is complaining that the glass is half empty is usually the person who never put a drop in the glass. Look to the person who has made the glass half empty. Because the person who is complaining that the glass is half empty is usually the person who never put a drop in the glass.
I got, listen to again, you know. And these are the PNP them we are talking about.
Who has made the glass half empty? Because the person who is complaining that the glass is half empty is usually the person who never put a drop in the glass. And if you want the glass to full, you have to deal with the person who at least bring it from 0 to half. We are ready to bring you from 0 to 100 and even more.
0 we are come from. Look on me now.
As I close my presentation to you with the showers of blessings on us, I feel like we have closed the circle with Paul Bogle and George William Gordon, who gave their lives, and the over 400 Jamaicans who were slaughtered, massacred in the rebellion. I feel that today we are beginning to repair the injustices of the past by our own means and through our own will. We are charting our own course to prosperity, which is the true destiny promised to us. So I want to tell you, the people of St. Thomas, we are happy with what we have achieved, but we are not comfortable, and therefore we are continuing on the journey to make the glass full. God bless you, and thank you.
All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Are you hear me clear now?
All right, OG, go ahead.
Yeah, OG.
Yeah, me always get work, so me always in a nice, but me take the time for just say a few. Oh God, I tell you, when you talk about St. Thomas is my parish, you know. And me listen, I miss somebody write in the comments say, based on what the Prime Minister of St. Thomas, we not have a campaign. Listen me. We not take that, because I can tell you something. Even though the Prime Minister doing best and everything, you still have some people who can't see the vision. And them not want to see the vision because them not really are Jamaica. So we not go buy into that something they say we not have a campaign. We have to do the hard work, we have to put in the work same way, we have to do what we have to do to get the selection up and running. Because when you listen to the other side, Miss thing they talk about, but she never talk about the bad mind of the PNP. And bad mind are one of the worst things can ever happen to Jamaica. Now, me listen to them yesterday on a platform that was sent me. And them say the Prime Minister go up with empty building give people. Come on. Brother, we know a lot.
Are you serious?
Last night, they was sent me. Then they on them platform, they listen. And the member of parliament, the one who wants to sit for member of parliament, saying that them go down to St. Thomas, go up empty building, give people. So, and people depend, yeah, rare power. These are the people, them stupid. You have so many other business over there, KFC and all them something. So the Prime Minister, if you go buy party put in the building them too, and fully people then replace it clothes and something with them have to offer. They understand, you know, them understand and they know clearly, you know. But them is a set of bad mind people. Them just they don't want to see nothing go with Jamaica. And me I beg you, I say it, I will say it again, especially St. Thomas. Though we know say we is a sure seat for St. Thomas East and West, but we don't want to sit down and take it light. We say, oh, because the Prime Minister build an urban center, so we have got just that can cover the good of the Prime Minister have to do. We need the Prime Minister to continue. And we remember when the Prime Minister come to St. Thomas and him say him gonna make St. Thomas slip on the map. And me lift the seat. Fence and Ferguson they say St. Thomas now go seat. But me glad how Michelle Charles call him on the stage and remind him. Yeah, what he say? You see him up him out? Shame kill him. Alright, so
OG, why you repeat that part there for me? Why you repeat the part there? Let some people not hear it. You said you hear the Prime Minister come to St. Thomas and say what?
The Prime Minister come to St. Thomas on in campaign and say him are going to make St. Thomas on the map. I'm going to put back St. Thomas on the map. And me live for seat. Not long. Me live for seat happen. And the further vision what the Prime Minister have with the sports and entertainment complex, that is another boots for the parish. You understand me? I said, well, people don't understand. You see, St. Thomas a lot of money generate in a St. Thomas, but it's no money not spending at the parish because we don't have nothing at the parish, right? Half of the population of St. Thomas work at Kingston. And when you have a half of your population work in a different parish, other parish benefit. Because when you work at Kingston, you now left Kingston and come to St. Thomas come buy food. And you have supermarket right there, sir. Right? So you work and you get the money, but you spend it back in the parish where you work the money. You don't spend it in your parish. The result of that St. Thomas not get no highlight. We have so many things in St. Thomas we have Jamaica. We have the richest sand. We have the best shale, we make the cement. We have water, we are left out of our parish. Tankwell, much in gallons, over 3 million gallons of water. I come out of St. Thomas, I go in a Kingston and Mona. Every single day. Google it, check it. Me not tell a lie. And here still, St. Thomas, nobody never remember nothing about St. Thomas. And you see much something when you come out of the parish. You have time when Barge come at Harborview, how much in tons of sand. If you go Westmoreland, you see St. Thomas sand. If you go Nigger, you see St. Thomas sand. And I'm here still. We never did know it. And if you see a man come and say him going to do it, and him do it, come on. Me no put Andrew as a Labourite. I put Andrew as a people person. Andrew is for everybody. So when we are gonna do this now, me gonna put Labour, I put Labour aside and PNP aside. We need to vote for Andrew because I'm for Jamaica. I'm on a Labour, I'm on a PNP. I'm a Jamaica, and we have vote for Jamaica.
Choose Jamaica, OG.
Yeah, him represent Jamaica. Him set example for everybody else. Remember, you know, back then, you know, even though we have Labour and we have PNP, you have some MP. Them, no matter which side in the panel, they not perform. But since this government come in and put some MP where you know say lazy and I'm wing, and him have them on and watch and say, look here, we don't have to do this. You know. If we don't care do it, leave. But at this our policy and at this we work with. I say everybody drop in and them do what them have to do. So the Prime Minister, him are the leader, him are the driver, and him we work with. Not PNP, not Labour, right? Andrew Wallace with Jamaica. My respect.
I'm glad you said that, OG. I'm glad you pointed out, and as a St. Thomas man, I'm glad you pointed out. Because it would have been one of the excuses they would have had. Because I remember clearly, because one of the pain points for people traversing from St. Thomas into Kingston was the road where they claim that the sand truck them and mash up the road. And every time they try to do one little thing, you chuck them mash up back. But you recognize what this Prime Minister did? If you notice how they do the road from Bull Bay to Morat Bay, the area that the truck them used to struggle with, they literally cut a new road for them. A brand new road with a better elevation. So the truck them have less stress and easy for traverse to and fro. So you don't have that, cut out them the deep corner, then the big corners there. So I'm glad you make that point because, yeah, as you rightly say, the more sand that involved in a construction in this island is from St. Thomas. That without a doubt. The more sand we involved in a construction in this country is from St. Thomas. So you make a very good point there. And you're right. The economy of St. Thomas will now be boosted because, like you say, more people will remain in the parish and work because of the opportunities presented by this urban center and the development. And as such, some of the supermarkets them will come there. So people now have to go in Kingston to go and look cheap price anymore. You understand me? Them have it right at foot. So as you say, people need to stop seeing right at the tip of them nose and start open up them eyes and realize that what they are seeing before them is just a part of a bigger picture. And the PNP is just keeping you tunnel vision and narrow-minded. When they make a statement like Prime Minister open or empty building, what is it that you're trying to tell the people? That the Prime Minister just said should have built this building and stack it out and say, all right, come for it. I'm not saying word. I hear Angel explain it. Simple how these things work. When you build these businesses, you provide the square feet. And people who have interest.
That's why you rent to people, you rent a square feet.
Yeah, right.
And them do what they want to eat.
So whoever have interest in doing whatever business, have the space to retrofit to their liking and how they want to do it. So, you know, as I just said, the PNP, they know this.
Maestro, all of who get them key yesterday or Friday now have them 3-month moratorium to get the place ready to start business before them start paying any rent. Right? Yes. We rent
exactly.
We rent this place. Now,
and as somebody said,
we not gonna rent. We not gonna know where peak are wanting at them place.
Yeah.
Right?
As
we don't know what
somebody said yesterday, when the comment was made, the quicker you can get your business up and running, you can enjoy probably all 2 months free.
Thank you.
You can enjoy all 2 months free.
You can get all 2 months free if you can get your business running next week.
Yeah.
You can get the whole 3 months if you have the planning before it and over to you.
Exactly. And most of these businesses, I can tell you, will be properly up and running in less than 3 months. I can tell you probably by next week you go out of Morant Bay. You go out there, you have to wonder if I hit it up last week. I can tell you that.
But in addition to that, you know, this just goes to show you the base level to which the People's National Party have the people them. They're really interested in them total development, you know. They're just interested in them putting them into power and then leave it there. So they're really interested in the people's development.
You can see it, bro.
I'm gonna play something. I want to listen to this. Listen to
man,
this.
yeah, man.
This is a comrade. Listen to this lady here now.
Liberate conference took place yesterday down by the urban center. Yes, that's what it was, a Liberate conference. And Kashina is all for development, especially when it comes on to St. Thomas. I am all for development. I'm not going to put down development and speak bad about any development, worse for my parish, right? All right, let me say this. Where the urban center is, Goodyear used to be there. There used to be a Goodyear factory there, and it closed down. And the first initiative was...
it closed down. You know, it just closed down, so.
To have a...
Flex Jobs is the number...
It just closed down, so let's skip over it. It just closed down.
Where they deal with technology. And that was being orchestrated by PJ.
Now, me know, say PJ, them build one call center out there. We never know nothing about no tech center. Yeah. You know, can't come and tell like, remember, not that bad.
And Philip Caldwell, a building was actually there. They actually started the process, but there was some problems, really environmental problems. I don't want to go into that too deep right now.
Nah, man, go into it.
Sure, I'm gonna need that video there, Chuck. On YouTube, that there, right? Send it over, Chuck, through WhatsApp. Here.
It's on YouTube. I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna send you the link.
So, thank you, Andrew Olness, for letting the Chinese build the urban center for us, right? But as I said,
you hear that? Yeah. Thanks for letting the Chinese build.
Yeah.
What? Hey.
First building that was on that piece of land when Goodyear when the Goodyear was no more, was a tech center that was going to be there. You know, PNP is all for education. PNP always thinking about education.
She that make no sense. What she said, that make no sense at all. What me I listen?
Never think about food. Yes. Because
who a go round as a road can eat? Eh? And who a tell the people them say economy can eat? And who a tell the people them say hospital can eat?
way more other businesses are going to be in that urban center. And now St. Thomas people talk about is the KFC. The KFC. All the laborers going on about is the KFC. Right? No. I don't have a problem.
Chuck, me now cut you. But you hear she say, here she put her foot in her mouth a while ago, Chuck. All the St. Thomas people talk about is the KFC. But here you go back and say, all the laborers spoke about is the KFC. This when put your foot in her mouth, you see, you go get a whopping, you see. You go get a whopping, you never know so whopping could have come.
She run up there? She one of them,
yeah, man, I think
she advocate say Rosha, she a campaign with Rosha.
Oh, she one of them.
People love food. And the government always can catch with food. It's all about the KFC, and it's a whole heap of building over there, a whole heap other businesses going to be over there, and all labor rights talk about is a piece of chicken. One you can go buy no and then and eat.
I would talk about curry goat and sitting, but then go curry. I would used to talk about food.
This is what
I used to talk
road can eat.
What does it there? So, it's not a blue. Me could listen. Me could listen. Because this a little joke. This way I get. I come here to celebrate this.
Yeah. This one, yeah.
That's what I'm going to create over there for us. And as I said, I am not bashing any development at all. I am not bashing any development at all. Right? Just PNP, let us keep silent and just make we see how this play out. Because the opening of the urban center in St. Thomas Western is not going to make Labour right win the next general election. So Labour rights, you have something running with all over the internet with the urban center, that is not going to make Labour rights win the next general election. It is not going to. It is not going to. So, we don't make a fool of yourself and, oh yes, if St. Thomas people voting back, PNP, we don't have no ambition and we don't have no this and we don't have no. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see.
Because it's a real commercial break, yeah.
I should have really said nothing still enough.
He said, yes, it's going to make us win the next general election. It is not going to.
Yeah, John Major, the same question me asked as me, she said that.
Somebody very hurt.
So hold on. All right, me and I, I'm you.
Yeah. If it is that, you're saying that the opening the urban center, as he said, is not going to make the Labour right win. Okay? What is it that the PNP is going to do that will let the people believe that what we have done is not good compared to what them do? What is it that they are putting on the table?
They don't have nothing.
All right. So my argument done. Me done this one. Me land this one.
And that is exactly what the people of St. Thomas need to understand and appreciate. That the PNP
Well, I know.
Nothing to offer.
The PNP now have nothing to offer, and them are the most destructive St. Thomas. All right, me, I can go this again. My coffee factory in a Western St. Thomas are the biggest coffee factory in the Caribbean, and it locked down under the PNP. The same Goodyear factory locked down under the PNP. Surge Island Dairy moved from St. Thomas to St. Catherine because of the PMP. Right now, Surgeon Island they are St. Thomas. Surgeon Island they are St. Catherine because the road they can't get out them produce freely, so them move the factory. The only thing that's St. Thomas is the cow, you know? And then when them go to St. Catherine, them lose whole heap of millions because me don't know like the water what them they use, it has spoiled the product. So them have to use the St. Thomas water. So most of the time you see Sir Chuck drive through St. Thomas to and from. How water them a transport to produce them product.
And you call that
because of the PMP.
And you call that operation cost. That is cost.
You understand? Yeah. So you would tell me, after the PMP locked down my coffee factory, where you say employ how much in thousands of people, right? The people that selling coffee in the parish, and then when time comes to like pick out the coffee and them something there and package, them have to find elsewhere for the work because we have a factory where locked down totally, right? Them locked down Goodyear factory. PMP now fix the road. We have bad road from the courthouse where they are Marant Bay. The temporary courthouse of them built much in $1 million. Why they have to build that courthouse there? Because the courthouse was in Cedar Valley. And nobody no want to go to Cedar Valley because it don't make sense to put prisoner in a truck and drive at Cedar Valley. They might go jump out before they reach the court. Right? And the road we fix under the PMP and all we hear, oh, it's going to fix. Years me drive on the road bad. I mean left school on it bad. Right? And now, this government, when I say again, Andrew is come to St. Thomas not long ago and say, I'm going to do it. And Andrew is drive on Cedar Valley Road, smooth sailing to Marant Bay. And from Marant Bay to the Portland or Kingston back. And you going to tell me now, with all of this what the government do, and what PMP locked down, do what this government would do. You are comparing PMP to we and I say we can't win election because of what? So Jamaican people use the backward. We don't want to see no forward. That backward we go.
OG, there's one thing I want to bring to light. I want you to bring to light based on what this lady would have said in that video. Because we have 183 people here, and I don't think everybody is knowledgeable of what St. Thomas was like or what was happening prior. She spoke about the Goodyear Oval, which shut down, as Chuck said. She just say shut down. She not tell you how it shut down. That beside the point. She was claiming that the PNP do a bill up on what they?
Bill wanted to build a tech.
They wanted to build a tech there. Okay. How long has Goodyear locked down now?
More than 20 odd years.
I think the Goodyear it was either 94 or 95.
Okay. And we are now in 2025.
Right.
30 years.
30 years.
All right, classic 28 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
The Prime Minister went to St. Thomas when? When he come to St. Thomas, go and say, more put it back on the Paris.
2016.
I think 2016 or 2015 on my campaign. 2015.
So that is 10 years ago. So 10 out of the 20. So 18 years before that.
Yeah.
The Goodyear Oval was there sitting in a dilapidated state. I know it. It was just skeleton. It becomes skeleton. Yeah? So where she are going to come talk now about we come build urban center when PNP that build tech. The same PNP then they go talk say nothing can build it because feasibility study wasn't done, and if that did happen, that nothing can build it. Same Fenton Ferguson, I don't know how he managed this to work there. I swear, I could have never. If he did take a statement like him, me couldn't show me face there, so. Would I share?
I beg you 1 second, Maestro. I beg you 1 second.
Yeah.
She stated in the initial stages of the conversation that it was a JLP conference.
Yeah.
Can somebody remind her that Fenton Ferguson
Fenton go ahead though.
So I don't know if she go cause Fenton and say my labor right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Fenton did their conference. So I don't know, miss. Talk up, we want an answer. Bad mind, that's what it is. Bad mind.
Yeah, a bad mind, man. Them bad mind, them can't believe that this is achieved in such a short time and they can't respond to it.
No, the thing is
water by creating.
The thing is this lady is selfish. She used to I don't know what connection she and what she have. That are the counsel where they die.
Oh.
She and the counsel. I don't know if it was her husband or side chick or something. So she used to benefit big time. So because of benefits and maybe for her family and few little person around her, that is why she have behave like that and I run out like that. But them can't stop them and turn the mind of St. Thomas because people are fooled.
Alright, let me finish listening to our ranting.
Nothing to do with Russia and winning or losing our seat. The urban things can have nothing to do with that. So let me just take that out of your company. Whether urban things are what we sign or Russia are going our seat. So let me take that out of it. Right? The next thing that I want to address is I saw is an artist or an entertainer? An artist, yes. Or should I say entertainers? Entertainers are clowns. Yes, entertainers are clowns. And which one should I classify you as? An artist or
Stop right there, so. Stop right there, so. Stop right there, so. Stop there again.
Included popcorn. Maybe
So
popcorn
September 15 it was a circus at the National Arena then.
That
was a circus,
but
right?
It can't be, but hold on, what did she say? Did she say they're cons? Hold on, guys. Did she say? Oh, they're clowns. So every conference and
The
every,
big old, the Grammy artist, you know, no Grammy nominated, you know, Grammy award winning artist.
Probably the one that
The
they have
Grammy
sent on.
award winning. Hold on, Angel. Hold on. Angel, what she say a while ago? What she say a while ago really rubbed me wrong.
Yeah,
It
but
really rubbed me wrong.
But look here. That means that if there are clowns, they all have circuses, because in St. Anne, you see one state full of circus clowns
One
with
bag
the
of
opposition leader.
SYM conference then keep. That was a SYM circus.
We need drums
The
back.
woman say entertainers are clowns.
You know, we need drums back.
That means September 15 it was a circus that was kept at the National Arena.
You know what more Grams to do? In a PNP time, Grams mother, them sing a song with say, if you see nothing to smile about, look at our youths and our community and the police station, if you see nothing to smile about. Me want him go around now and look back and remix that song there. Especially if it's center.
If literally said, you know, you said
no, me want want him remix it. Just like how we can say, look at the police station, if it's nothing to smile about.
Yeah.
We need him to remix
So
it.
So hold on. Because we are saying Grammy Award winning artists and she call him clown. But we are going to be fair. Buju a Grammy artist too, if my memory serves me well. I think the Driver album did bring him a Grammy, not true?
Buju a Grammy artist.
All right. With that said though, when he put on the orange shirt, him and the entourage and walk in, the year before Cartel them go, that means Buju a clown then.
Orange clothes.
A clown, you call Buju clown, mama. They don't have nowhere to go. Listen, somebody saying putting foot in her mouth, and that you're correct, sir. The person who came out first say she put her foot in her mouth. You're right.
Tavi, I share it. You can. I don't know if you need to download this and cut it now. I want the part that you call the entertainment. No.
Just watch me go do with it.
Buju, clown, Chronic Law, a clown. All of them were turn up there and Mark Gordon on stage. This is how we PNB think of, you know.
Yeah, man.
This is how we PNB think of, you know.
And this was going to share that truck. This and come.
Make finish it when it does.
No, hold on. Come here, you call so name Chuck, and you left off Queen Africa. Me here, you call so name, and you left off Tanya Stevens. Me here, call name and left off Tanya Stevens. What are you doing, Chuck? Come, get it together. Get a pen and a paper. Line out them clothes.
And on me say it, you know. PNP,
out.
Let me finish here what she said. Let me
I'm
finish here what she
big
said.
youth too, man. Remember big youth?
Flash entertainer was saying that, oh, the great development for St. Thomas and is, I'm not quoting him. I'm not quoting him. And it is the best he has seen for St. Thomas and how good development and all of that. No, let me ask this entertainer something. You used to live in the parish here. You're not living here anymore. When you used to have one something named East West over here. And you got good turnout from both labor rights and PNP for that event. What were those proceeds in aid of in terms of the parish of St. Thomas? What that artist or entertainer, what you guys have ever done for St. Thomas?
Oh?
You see, I don't like to bash.
Park again. So, are the artist / entertainer who elect to develop?
Yeah. Yeah, man. To make St. Thomas what it is to become.
I thought that was the government duty to
Yeah,
develop.
man. But Chuck, before you consider
Yeah, hold on. Here's that. You
We have a
Richard,
question.
hold on. Yeah, your
We
friend.
have a question.
Hold on.
We have a question. Well, before we tell Chuck today is Saturday, me tell you
No,
which days
me-
are
me-
it. Chuck,
me in a
Monday
night.
to
Let me just say
Thursday.
something.
OG, hold on.
I
Let me
don't
fix
remember,
something.
sir.
OG, I have to fix something here, sir. Chuck,
I don't remember.
Monday to Thursday. Monday to
Monday to
Thursday.
Thursday. I don't remember.
Angel, please help me to keep this man in line.
Okay, all right, babes, I got you.
Remember, don't force him in your space and you're not going to make him spoil again. Help me to
All
keep
right.
Chuck, Monday to Thursday. That's all I'm
Monday
going to
to
say about that. Thank you very much, sir. No,
All right, me
would I
can say
like to
something.
ask the question, is Gram Small going to city snap Jamaica?
Very much so.
Yeah.
So he have no rights. Does he have rights to this country? I need to know, because the way this lady going on, it don't look like he have any rights here.
Of course, you know, right. Of course. But you see, but this was go to show, you know, before you come on, we just go to show, you know, that the lady I got the base, you know. What I try to do is that them look at the St. Thomas people say, you don't see no development, man. When you say a smoke, it's not real. And we are come create real things for now. See? Them there for 18 years, you know, and more. And them a child, and this is what I try to tell you with the PNP them. Them literally tell the people them say them are idiot because the highway them and the road them and the exist and lie them.
Hold on. Short say, me just want to say something short. So regarding to the East Fest, where you used to keep a St. Thomas.
Yeah.
If me not serve me wrong, Grams the East Fest where them keep one of the here, I think them donate something to some primary school or them do something for one school. It's supposed if you can find it on
Every year,
paper.
East West
Yes.
That's not the only way they would have contributed to the community.
No,
Having the
yeah,
food
but
here
the
generates
East
commerce
West,
and the local side people that we are selling and make money. That's contributing to the community.
yes, but apart from that, I think them give one school some help. It's supposed you can find and proven.
No,
So when this
not
lady
one
tell a
school,
lie,
OG,
she
not
tell.
one school. The hospital.
Yeah,
Margaret Hospital.
me I say. So when she go say, what them does for the parish, a lie. That's a political lie.
But that's an intended person, my virgin. That's what I try to tell you. Then you come to tell. Look here, they are not interested in promoting St. Thomas with the new center up there now. They're not interested in that, you know. All them interested in is spitting ear. All them interested in is the cause of people to believe that way you see over there, so by tomorrow man it gone, it's not go there. And say I'll back at square one, say you know better off, vote we in. And we are gonna make it better off. But the idea they put forward. And what they try to do is that the PNP have a way say, and if the PNP kind of bitter and bad mind, you know. There's a lot of artists identify themselves with the PNP. And no badness or nothing. But as soon as an artist come forward and say, you look here, man, I like what the government do, man. I mean, I support the government. Them take on the artists in the most vicious way. That thing of them do all the time, them beat
But Grams Morgan support the PNP party. Grams Morgan a part of Fenton Ferguson thing. Check it. Anybody from St. Thomas can comment or listen. They were in favor of the PNP. Check it.
To continue.
Before we lose in that, before we lose that chart, I want to put something in your all mind also. All right? Like for like, infrastructure building. Look at the decisions of different governments. We have a building in Trelawney. We call it Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium.
Yeah, right.
Why telephone?
Yeah. Look at the decision in making that building. It is a building where sit down and nothing happen with it. Nothing happen with it. Because it was well thought out.
No, more than that, Maestro. They were told before construction that, hey, nothing now would be as so. They were told.
I know the story behind it. And from them telling me, I tell them, say, that stadium, if that stadium was built in somewhere in central Jamaica, in Clarendon, believe me, it would rival, the stadium would have competition.
Yeah.
But
a similar one in a cyber built in a Maestro company. I said them build a similar one in a cyber building. It ran long to, I don't think they're going to play a game up yet.
They just do these things.
Yeah.
To the moment. Without any thought process behind, without anything. But look at these things that the government is doing. Everything we do, it is a part of a bigger plan.
Mario.
And if you take the time off and look at it, everything is interconnected. Not isolated. Nothing is isolated.
Look, I have a plan,
part of a bigger plan.
Let's continue.
He takes very good care of me. So when you come on to Rasta, me kind of have a little soft spot in my heart for Rasta. And it's one thing I came to see, and it's to see a Rasta man say in my labor right. He didn't say he was, but to even associate yourself certain way to give up that impression. Even that alone annoys me. Now you entertainer, what have you and your people ever do for St. Thomas? You're up there talking about best development, best this, best that. It is all about land for you guys in St. Thomas. Every Thomas land, the St. Thomas land. When you're done with St. Thomas, nobody in a St. Thomas have this land for themselves, It is all about land and who can get the land in St. Thomas. Land.
You see how the mindset to keep
for real.
Right through the PNP, the mindset to keep people poor go right through the whole party, Now what they're telling you now, is that what they are saying to the St. Thomas people now is Shan development, good for you.
Yeah.
And the development, a land that I can't take away. That is what they're telling people now.
Exactly.
What? Yeah.
Exactly.
Again,
Exactly.
St. Thomas people, when the time comes.
When the time comes. When the right time comes, St. Thomas, we both for labor right.
Choose Jamaica. That's all we have to say. Choose Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
How long is it going to take for the businesses over the urban center to start to operate? And let me tell you guys this. When PNP win the next general election, I want Mark Golding to go over there and have an official opening of the urban center. Because in my opinion, that was not the official opening of the urban center. That was just political.
Tell us our commercial break,
That was commercial break, but it's contemporary. I know it's commercial break, but it's contemporary. I tell us the people are idiots.
you know, for them people in the comments we have beg for the video play. You know, say, no. Say, are they idiot thing that the woman attack? Why the one will laugh at the woman, them, you know? Why don't want the video play now?
And this
and
and
this
this
and
and this are the idea. And this are the idea them put up. These mindset of people they put up to say them want to run government and they want to take in charge of government. And these are the mindset, you know. And them are the mindset we has been in power for 18 plus 4 years. That has been in charge of government. Who believe that the people have no sense. Who don't know, who believe that the people have no sense development when development that take place. That's the mindset of inform them thing, you know. And if you listen to the people who was a PNP, listen to the rhetoric they put up. The rhetoric they put up is that Andrew a thief and people are take over them place. Them now tell the people to look here, opportunity exists in the system for you. Go and take advantage of it. The center build up, the might be a center build up. What is you have to ask yourself the question, you know, as a center mass person, you know, what is my role in all of this? What can I add to it? This is opportunity to know for me. If me a fisherman, if me a raise chicken, if me a do farming, if me a do designing, what is my opportunity here? So they now encourage a proper thinking there, you know.
Good day.
They tell us they are
Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone.
You know, they tell us, look
here. Hold on, real.
Mr. Roden. Mr. Roden, blessing, sir.
Blessing.
Good. Guys, one more commercial break. I'm asking you to just click on my name, go on my homepage. That's my TikTok. Click the link to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I want to get to 50 YouTube subscribers so I can be live on YouTube. Yes? Okay. Yeah. I didn't videos to the channel last week. Hit the link and get onto the channel. Please and thanks. Since I last spoke about that, 4 people out here went on and subscribed and follow the channel. Please. It's over 175. We've consistently been over 150. There's more than enough persons on here to go on and do that. Yeah, it's 10, 20 minutes. We should have had that 10 minutes ago.
Where am I again?
Emancipated thinker. Go and follow the page, please.
Emancipated thinker. Travel. Okay. It's easy. If you just click on my name and go up on the home page, you'll see the link. You'll see the purple DS stuff and everything. You'll see the link just below that. Bam. And subscribe to the channel.
I want to say something on a video there. And Chuck, can you send it to me? Please. When I have good things, you must send it to me, you know.
It's on YouTube.
Which one? That video, yeah?
Yeah, the one
but it all reach to me for me share it. Me want to share.
Download it and circulate it because the sense of buffoonery must be published.
It's up to publish because let me tell you something. With all me all is a publish, this is the worst one of all. This one is to show you how wicked and ungrateful these people are. Who is this lady, by the way? How was that? How is she?
Mark Golden representative.
Good evening, Chuck. Good evening, everyone.
Not Mark. Rosemary.
Yeah, Rosemary. Yeah, but hold on there.
Not Mark.
Hold on there.
She's from St. Thomas.
You want me know, but hold on there. How she go say? Let's ask some question now. Just give me the answer. May ask them. How she go say? Who came up with the plan of this plan with this urban center?
Andrew, Michael, Holness, and the team.
So, how she go say? The man don't make an official opening with all the dignitary and the Chinese and all the big dignitaries and the crowd of people there. It's political. You anything? You hear the Prime Minister say anything political there? We listen to you know. You hear him? Hold on there. You see anybody just up in that corner? You want to answer me now? Yeah, well, I know. May I ask some question? Did you see anybody there full up in a green clothes? No. I just want to answer me. Now, people are jacket and tie and everybody and community, everybody was there and it was nice and everything. So what you talking about political? When Morgan and Richard's son on the thing there, he is a St. Thomas at the Empire band, you know. And him big up Popcorn and the rest of man they were band there as a singer, you know.
And who is this? Who is real? Who is this? Your voice sounds familiar.
The roadman.
Roadman. And he speaks.
Oh, you change your name.
Yeah. No, I have two names. Yeah, I use two things now. I have the other one and this one. Yeah. He said, Morgan Heritage was saying, as a man, the man was touched.
Maybe you came on late, my love. You came on late, so we spoke on all that was said. And
I know, I was just passing by. No, me just asking this now as a person passing by. For you to, I didn't get you a part of it. But what I'm saying is, I'm saying this now, not for you guys, I'm just saying that others were listening who is on the outskirts. That's why I'm asking this and saying this. Mark and Heritage, as I'm saying, I watched it. I tried to tape, post up several of his stuff. He was just speaking, and in his heart, he's saying to the Prime Minister, I am speaking now, and I stalk your thing. I go on your something day to day. I've been watching you. I've been following you now. That's what he's trying to say now. I am not, because I am saying I'm a JLP or a PNP. Make sure that's out of the way. In the personal. Say, in other words, he's saying this is not my personal preference politically. I follow you. We meet up at various big shows, big things at the stadium when we have the thing, our stadium, whatever. And I see you all the time. But it's not that is the thing. I see something in you, okay? When my father took us to Jamaica as a child, and this and that, and it was no open in the hometown. And to see the transformation of your visions that you've been talking about, I now witness this. The man take off him at him, say, at off. Tears was in the man. I have people never noticed it when he almost nearly break down, and he have to hold it back.
You know what? Yes, sorry, babes, to cut you, because I forgot what we were talking about. What were we talking about? Because I'm sorry. What we're talking about the lady, because we're getting off track. We're talking about what this PNP propagandist, PNP woman talking about. She has no vision for St. Thomas and no part of Jamaica. Her mindset is of all the other PNP them. They don't see, they cannot see prosperity, and they only think about themselves. So I want to really get back onto the.
No, that is what I'm. No, that is what I'm at. No, that's what I'm at. So I was just laying that foundation, what the young man was saying. But to compare her to, that's what I was doing. I was just comparing her with one young man that went on the stage, and she know who is so evil. Cause the part that strike me when I watch something, me just pass by and just hear the clip. I want the clip. But the part that strikes me is to see a human being who says she's a St. Thomas woman, who is saying that what the government is doing is because them want to take with the people and what kind of rubbish, what kind of hopeless garbage she's talking. That's a part of what kind of rubbish is that? That's the part that strike me the boss. And I was just saying, look on a man that he might not be here.
I don't know why we are surprised hearing this from someone from the People's National Party. This is not shocking coming from them, because this is who they are.
I'm joking. I just only want to get their pass. I'm telling you, I'm going to drink some water.
The urban center was
please, I need some water. Go drink some.
Yes, darling. Yeah.
And the Chinese building was built by Parliament. Vincent, you need to go to the school. Cause this statement you're right now, I don't understand what you're trying to say. So come back again and then say we can make a point. Master, you were saying something.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I sat here and I was listening to the tape. I tell you something. I am not surprised over all of what the PNP is doing. Listen now. The first thing, the Prime Minister made them have heart attack. Enough of them. Secondly, their heart they bleed because them never expect. Say one single man will have a vision for Jamaica would then make reality come to pass. I heard I don't know if he's Anglican, Baptist, or Catholic, but I listened to the pastor pray yesterday, and believe you me, that prayer touched me. especially when he said St. Thomas chain has been broken. Some people don't know how deep that man prior went. But let me tell you something. There was a chain that holds St. Thomas, and it is broken.
Thank you. Because I tell you, I'm going back to work.
Broken. And no devil in hell can put back that chain on St. Thomas. Dr. Andrew Michael Holness has broken that chain with the vision why have. When that lady they go contact say, if Mark Golding win, then they go have new cutting a ring and bull. He will never see God knows.
Yeah, but Marcia, listen to me. You see what she said this what she said this, you know, is something that we have been taught, is a part of the PMP, what them do, you know. Don't put it past them to try and thief the legacy of the Jamaica Labour Party. So yes,
thank you.
It is a serious plan that them have.
Chuck, can I say something? From 2016, I've been praying for my prime minister. I make it to be my duty. And let me tell you something. They can't get out Andrew out of the house. God have to take him out.
Keep praying, Mama. Keep praying.
Me not stop praying. And
we need, you know, we are.
See, if
sorry.
If they touch Andrew Holness, Jamaica mash up. Remember me tell you that. The anointing that man have on him. All you hear them talk about the anointing that man have on him. He go far and wide. Notice how many children, how many people draw to him. And I know little people they pray, whole heap they pray. I mean,
Andrew's chosen.
I know no one prayer
right now,
guys,
St. Thomas, we
back,
need.
Hold on, OG. Guys, when you come in the back, you have to mute because your background. So when you come in, please mute as you enter the box.
You know what I love about him?
No.
With all of what is going on from last year and the year before and from 2016 come down or then try to drag him down. He don't open his mouth and say a word. And I'm going to show you a scenario. The Prime Minister, you know, them first time tank, what people have in their yard and catch water when rain fall and jump. The PNP are so blind. They move like a blind person. And the tank did and then go drown themselves. Remember me tell you. They move and go towards the tank and drown themselves. And I saw my Prime Minister, now listen there. Everything they say, in do what he have to do. In beaten and in do what they do.
OG, mute OG.
Right now.
After Marcia is done. Mute that.
Oh.
Let her finish, OG. Go ahead and finish, Marcia.
I am standing with my Prime Minister 100%. Every prayer I pray, I don't pray for my family alone. I pray for him and his family. And I pray for the whole entire Jamaica Labour Party government. Because Jamaica Labour Party.
Now go back.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, OG. OG, go ahead.
Oh, I'm also right now. As I say, for the Prime Minister come to St. Thomas, before he become a Prime Minister, and make and he fulfill it, Paul Boger smile, the first small Boger smile from them hanging. Him smile. And I think two things we need at St. Thomas. Is when they enter, welcome to St. Thomas. We need a statue of the Prime Minister, Paul Boger, and George William Gardner, right in the Martin Base roundabout. This man deserves an honor. St. Thomas people should honor him differently. We need a statue of the Prime Minister, a live statue of this Prime Minister standing there. I'm stand up for St. Thomas. That's my few words.
I agree.
Silent Lion, you just joined. You want to say something? The Silent Lion. Lion. All right, we can move on. Lion ready for participating.
Yeah, man, nature. Get on. That lady a while ago, she was very profound. And believe me.
I said the longer the election take place, the more they must sink in themselves, you know. Because you see the whole of the project where the Prime Minister have to open because he might cut the whole of the ribbon before the election call. And the longer it take place, the more them are going to suffer and I think themselves. And I going to see the whole PNP are going to scatter.
Then the Prime Minister no fool.
So I'll hear them around and talk about if you call it and you call it. They want them to call it because they feel like to say if you call it now, no for them way they call it now, them disillusion I go get fake for cover up.
Listen, we'll live through decades, and I say this, and I will always say it. Over the decades, the PNP has stolen many of our legacy as JLP party supporters, things that we fear celebrate.
Exactly. But you say what happened now? You say she come out. It's like a confession. She come make it right now. You know, when she come say it's like when them win, you might go there go make the real whooping like kind of whooping.
Yeah, that's a plan to steal it, to steal the achievement.
Yeah, then that's why they might push to destroy the Prime Minister or someone.
The PNP does. I was saying, when you read through, you know, when you read through the history of Jamaica, and you find the contribution of Edward Seaga, you find the contribution of Hugh Shearer, and you realize how much of those things the PNP actually stole and claim. And we see them, see that she line up, they're going to make Mark go and go with it again. These are the stories them lie by omission. To come up, yes, there was a factory out there and it's closed. Just simple like that, there was a factory there and it's closed. And the PNP had
She don't want to ask the deliberate
thank you.
Attempt, not even attempt, behavior at the PNP because she close under Lambert Brown. Ali me in the blinking Senate like some big old swamp hog. You know what the hell am I doing there?
But you know, Chuck, I look at it, I think about it different from how you look at it, right? I look at it this way. Being the opposition, and you've been the opposition from 2016. Being the opposition, right? And with everything that is happening under this administration, it's not something that can be, it's not something that you can hide. It's not something that is not out in the open. So why even come out and say the things you're saying? Only the people that heard are just stupid, blind, and dunce would even listen and believe what you have to say, because what this administration is doing is evident. We can see it. It's not like something where somebody is telling you about and you're watching it on a movie. This is something that everybody can see, yard and abroad. So I'm saying that to say, as an opposition, why don't you just join forces for the veterans of Jamaica? Why don't you join forces when it is good? Join forces when it comes to the JCF. Join forces when it comes to the
but it's not going to benefit them.
Join forces when it comes on to the development of the urban centers, not just the St. Thomas one, but the one in Portland, the bypass roads. Join forces because the only thing they can do in my sight is to add to what Andrew Holness and this administration is already doing. Because you cannot take away what this man is doing. So for me, if you was me, good opposition, what a personal. So for me, Chuck, for me to look at them differently, they would have to be they would have to come with some unity with this administration moving forward to build Jamaica out for the veterans of Jamaica, Chuck. And then I would say this man means Jamaica good. And when you come into power, if that time comes next 5 years, next 10 years, you would add on to what Andrew is already doing, but you cannot take away from what Andrew is doing.
But Angel, as I say, you have to bear in mind the audience that they are playing for, you know. The audience that they are playing for is a very low IQ audience. The PNP base where them are playing for is a set of people where reality, the concept of reality. The PNP, remember, you know, PNP tell them, say, no center no bill out there. If you do it over yesterday and then pass it every day, then we tell us a lie, no center no bill there. That is the kind of people.
There's an empty building. Like, you don't know where people construct building that is already furnished and like while you have constructed building, it is furnished, it have been built up first. Put in the windows and door, and it's gonna be empty. That's normal. And then you're going to furnish it.
Well, Chavi, that tells you that when it comes to development, the PNP have no clue. Yeah. Yes. Then things are going to be
None
one
whatsoever. You know, right? None whatsoever.
Yeah, it tells you that they're 18 years every year.
But Chuck, so let me explain. Because back in the day, I had a store in Virginia, right? And when the mall was building, is when you couldn't just go afterwards and get it because that would be somebody else's store who they moved out of. But when they're building, when construction is getting ready to start, they are selling these units. And I purchased my unit based on the square feet of what I wanted at the store that I was going to put in. And then all the units are purchased like that. If you want 1,000, if you want 2,000, if you want a bigger space, these things are purchased before ground break, before any of that is done. And when you're finished and that is done, and they're finished with building out the walls, building out the fixtures and putting in all these things, your space is now ready. They do nothing more into that space because that's all you paid for. You now have to go in and fit up that store till you're fitting what you want. That's how.
It just come like when they're building a housing scheme, you know. When they build a housing scheme, when they go pay for the house, after that.
Hold on, Lion. If you're gonna have a clothing store, which that's what I had, then I would set up the clothing store to how I want it, where I want my countertop, where I want the shelves, where I want this, where I want the dressing room. Every single store that rented leased a unit onto that mall would have done that. You just get a fit out place with light and water, and that's it. You do everything else.
Then you
the dumbass PNPs who don't know. Right, for the dumbass PNPs who don't know, that's how that is done. I don't watch too much TV and never come out for the TV show them.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Marvel.
Good evening.
What you heard
what's up? How you doing?
is nothing new, and it's typical of PNP in Eastern St. Thomas. And as you said, the PNP try to appeal to persons who have low IQ. You have a lot of persons who live in St. Thomas who don't even know Marant Bay, you know. They don't know Kingston, they don't know Marant Bay. They don't have any reason to go to Marant Bay, so they don't go. So when these people go in these little communities and tell people these things, they're going to believe them. Why you think PNP has been winning in Eastern St. Thomas for so long? It's things like these. I remember coming on a program and telling you when the sugar factory was divested, right? The European Union grant some houses to the sugar workers because they were living in a deplorable condition in the barracks. And I remember when the persons come around, they went around to take up the names of the persons that were living there because they want to know who were single, so they'll get a 1-bedroom, and family unit, they get a 2-bedroom and a 3-bedroom. and there was this young man there. And a known PNP activist call away this young man. Remember, this young man was born there. He grew up there. He became an adult in the barracks. And you know what him tell the young man? Do not give these people any information because I vote Labour right and look. And you know what the little youth do? Little youth went back, and because he didn't want to just tell them, no, I'm not giving him my information, he gave his friend information. And you know what happened to him? He was without a house. When they push down the barracks and people get them new concrete structure, he was without a house. And the very man that tell him not to get a 2-bedroom house as a single man. This is all PNP wicked. I can't tell you of another instance. I can't tell you of another instance. Our counselor was walking. This is the first time he was running as a counselor, and there was this elderly gentleman that was a PNP supporter for all his life, and the man was living in a deplorable condition, and the counselor decided to help the man, and he built a 1-room concrete structure for that man. People in the community was happy for the little elderly gentleman, see that, him get somewhere to live now and something, and they realize that, people start look up to the council now and he might get some vote for it. And then make it their point of duty to walk to every community and tell persons that when the councillor found out that the man was a PNP, he went back and demolished the house. That is how wicked PNP are, just to get votes. The last general election in 2020, when the MP was campaigning, and was telling persons about government programs and how they could benefit, the PNP candidate was up in arms, telling people not to accept it from Labour right. They're not about development, they're about themselves. And all they want is to continue to collect for themselves and keep other people down. Yeah, you can imagine the urban center is there, right? That persons can get employed. Young children leaving poor communities like St. Thomas Technical, children going to Paul Bogle High School. If they want to go university, UCC is right there. Heart will be right there, right? And these people are going around telling people that, the only thing down there is that they can go get piece of KFC. Because I saw another video last night with the same thing. This is how PNP operate in Eastern St. Thomas. And this is going to be a door-to-door campaign for them. This is nothing new. And the only thing I'm glad about is that the Prime Minister was able to open it himself, because they would have claimed it and said it is theirs.
They won't get the chance, Marvin. They will not get the chance. They will not get the chance. The people.
Marvin, it's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Good to hear from you.
In this,
man, I'm always listening.
Will choose
I'm
Jamaica.
always listening.
I always invite you to come up, Marvel, but you never do, Marvel. So thank you for that.
You see, sometimes, because even now I'm just trying to get ready to go to work. I work nights, so most times, sometimes in the day I sleep. So, but I try to listen as much as I can.
I love when you speak though, because you speak with this passion, this love,
and so sometimes I wish I wasn't in the profession that I am in, because it kind of limits me, to go out, especially in the politics, because some things really make my blood boil. When I hear,
Send me the information and we talk about it here. Know yourself.
All right. Brother, all right.
Marvin,
I want this man, man. I owe this man. I offer Sundays. Offer picnic this. Offer picnic this.
everybody general, that means that the father had a big one. Colonel.
I say go? Oh, so Kentucky. Okay, all right.
Marvin, you are in the medical profession, right?
Yes.
And I want to send out mine and all of us here on the chat. I am sure I speak for everybody in this instant. We want to say, we feel it for them to the nurses today. It is something that should have never happened to nobody at all. Whether it's even more so that it happened to a member of the medical profession that serve the public on a daily basis. But it should have never happened. And as a member of the profession, just pass on with regrets to your team and make them know so that gentleman where you see there, he does not represent us. He does not represent men in general. He doesn't represent Jamaican men. And he worst of all, no represent Labour Party man. So
Thank you for your service, Marvin. Thank you for your service. Angel, thank you for your service.
I think on Monday, I think the hospital, because she works she works at UWI. So I think on Monday I heard the hospital is going to have a peaceful demonstration in regards to this. And it's just, it kind of, I was traumatized, to say the least. It really, I've known of violence against nurse. I've known about physical abuse, verbal abuse. I've experienced it myself. And I've seen where my colleagues have experienced it. But this one,
but Marvel,
it was so extreme.
But Marvel,
there are times, yes.
Marvel, hold on. And you know, I'm a first responder, and I respect the job that you and every medical person do, right? But I'm gonna say this, not taking away anything. The medical field work is a dangerous one. And I'm saying that to say, because you have to deal with families, you have to deal with people who have unsound mind, we call them ADPs. We have to deal with different diversity, different ethnic, different personality. It is one of those jobs where you go to work today. I have a coworker that got unalive because he watched the paramedics and the EMTs working up his family member. And he was of unsound mind, but he took a knife and went straight for that person while they were doing CPR. I'm saying that to say, Joseph that was sitting beside me the other day, while they went into a house in Brooklyn, a family member came out with a gun. Okay, the job that you guys do, the doctors have the same thing. Family members and nurses and doctors, it is not one of those jobs where you go into a doctor's office and you know what you're expecting. Because a doctor's visit, someone coming to see you, you know what you're expecting. But in a hospital settings, you don't know half the time who you're dealing with. So I'm saying this to say, every day you go to work, sweetheart, I pray every day I go to work. So I thank you for the services that you do and every medical and first responder person, because every day we go out there, we put our lives on the line for our job.
All right, Marvin.
It's very dangerous. Sometimes we have to make report even to the police station against, most times it's relatives. That
most of the
us
times
mean
it is,
real threat. Yeah. So it's not new, but this one was so extreme that
was that the worst one that ever happened in Margaret? Was that the worst one that ever happened in Jamaica?
I'm not sure, but I guess this one, because it was the person videoed it and it was highlighted, then you know, but I can't say for sure.
Could step in and stop the brother instead of your video.
Even that, and that they want
Well,
to Rusty.
Thank you, Rusty.
Well,
Thank you, Rusty.
the point is, sometimes we say,
chuck on for a brother there.
well, they say hindsight is 2020, and you know, a lot of people have a lot of things to say. But you know, I'm just glad that she didn't lose her life. You know, and we just hope that justice is served, because I hear a lot of persons going around saying that he is the victim and we're only watching a part of the video, you know, but you know, my support is there. And if we even have to, the way I'm thinking now is that if we even have to do a GoFundMe to help this nurse to get a lawyer, then I will go out there and do it, and I will ask for help for
one
her,
way or the other,
so that justice can be served, you know.
Let me answer Churchill, guys. Churchill is asking in the chat, what does this have to do with JLP? Again, come on. What are you, Churchill? We are Jamaicans. This is not a JLP live. We are Jamaicans, and we support every good thing that happens in Jamaica, and the bad things they're going to speak on it.
Well,
and
and
I'm saying that to say Churchill.
I think that's why Churchill asked that. Me asked a question.
I don't think that's the context in which he's asking.
Yeah, me asked a question earlier because somebody in New York told me that there's a video out there that says that the man is the Prime Minister's friend. So,
I was just waiting for the opportunity, because funny enough, when Chuck said to Marvin that, you know, this man doesn't represent us as men, and it doesn't represent man, and it doesn't represent Jamaica Labour Party. I was just waiting on the opportunity to say, funny enough, you said that, Chuck, because you have PNP persons. It was posted in my community group. Man called me up and he said, come tell me about this, yeah. Because see man, you know, more I know what you have to say about this. You understand me? So yeah, the PNP is gonna take it and politicize it because of a photo app. So we have to talk about it and stand against it, because it's a photo app. Obviously, when you look at the photo, you clearly see it's a photo app, and they won't come claim that a prime minister friend.
But
listen to me. Hold on, Chuck, is there a picture out here with the Prime Minister and this man?
Yes, they have one out there showing. They have one out there going.
They have a picture with the Prime Minister and a man. We don't know that is the same man. But what we do know is that there's a picture out there with Mark Golding and Jyland Silvera. If I just them one. Jyland Silvera used to cover Mark Golding. But me no want to go there because, as you say, I know that about.
Yeah.
Hold on, make a piece of him there. Make a piece of him there. So what if him and the Prime Minister are friend? Andrew send him go do that? Andrew never send him go do that.
But Rusty, guys, I don't want to listen. I don't want to stray from what we're talking about, because that's just that argument kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying? I really want us to stay on what we are really talking about. That this person that did this, seriously, like, I understand sometimes, you know, guys, when your family member is in a situation where it's life and death, it's a situation, Marvel can tell you, when you have to make a decision for a family member who you don't know what's going to happen, whether they're going to make it or not. Sometimes it's tough. But when you go so far as to pull a gun.
Angel, this, what happened, you know, is not at a hospital, it's happening, you know.
Is where?
Is that minding that one business. And one drunk or fly down in the middle of the road and she asked him for excuse. And that is when do to her.
Say it again, Chuck. The drunk part you lose me. What?
The nurse driving to work, minding her own business. One drunk pitching at the middle of one drunker in her Benz. Because they believe, so when you put a drunker in her Benz, you're changing from being a drunker. One drunker in her Benz. And all of him having gun, me call him a drunker to him face, because I have my gun too. I jumped right now.
So it was road rage.
In the middle of the road. And she asked for excuse so she can go about her business. And that was in response.
Man, body slam the lady.
Yes.
Pull the lady by her hair. Have the lady prostrate on the ground, stand up in her head. Rub it. Yo, man, me tell you. Have the lady lie down flat on her belly and tip in her head. Yes?
So what?
So why was it
it was road
What's the
rage.
problem?
All right. From what me glean from it, and it is no excuse. Yeah, but it is what it is. A man seemed intoxicated. Yeah. And it was said that he was intoxicated. But that really excuse no man for do with it. No excuse, brother.
Watch your virgin.
So I got it wrong. Hold on, guys. I got it wrong. Go ahead, Rusty. Go ahead. Rusty, go
Even
ahead.
if you're intoxicated, it's not your woman, it's not your sister, it's not your daughter. How you just pick out a random woman out of the blue if you start kick her down and box her down and spit on her?
Well, I'm strength, he feeling strength. Because I rum tell you what things, you know.
Rum drunk me here.
I heard not tell any lie on the rum. Me drink from a rum, never tell me they sit there.
No, me not think rum never tell him for do it, because rum never tell me for do them thing. About this somebody will call me.
See him to protecting Jay. Rum never tell me anything there.
Somebody will call me.
What me I say to Marvet guys is that just pass on.
We are behind you 100%.
Yeah, man. We pass on the support to the nursing fraternity.
Yeah.
Whichever well on the Rusty, whichever way it go. I mean, this is something where nobody can support this kind of behavior.
No.
Because as me say, me busy, you know, because me in and out I watch Chuck from morning, me watch it live from day. In and out. And me say, you know.
Watch Chuck from morning, what?
No man, from DM come on, me in and out I watch it because me busy. Me take on what go on. So me come up
forward, you know nothing come on.
Yeah man. So me just get a call, Rusty. Yes, Father Rusty. So me get a call. Well, Rusty. It's somebody that said to me, say, I want our co-worker in New York. Cousin. So me say, what you mean? You know hear about the situation where the man beat the nurse. Me say, where you hear? Say the man drink at the girl mother bar. At the girl mother bar him go drink. They come up and make some nice. Him just don't drink at the girl mother bar. And then him left now and go home. And whatever. But then now, me almost not hear nothing else what the person I say. When the person said to me, me always tell them to be careful what them see online, but them see a video online where say the man and the prime minister are best friend. Me say, hold on. Me say, but me don't know nothing about it, you know, but I guess me we here. So me just jump on, me just come on here and decide to me a text.
Everything people take up, jump up and talk about Andrew and this Andrew. Why people are always trying to blend up Andrew like him a juice?
Because the thing is to bring him down. The thing is to bring him down.
So yeah, man, Andrew a friend. So what? Andrew said him go to this woman.
Angel, me almost about to attack over it too. I almost about to attack over it too. But me couldn't take on this person because
we want to start over though. We want to start over.
I want to say something before you go to say Angel. Because I tell you something. I hope say that nurse have some family will stay like me, where I think like me, or me I think right now.
No, Rusty. Hold on, Rusty. Let me start over again. I thought that this happened in the hospital settings.
No.
Because we keep saying the nurse. Let me say this. I understand she was in her uniform going to work, but I hear a lot of people on social media saying this is how Jamaican treats our nurses. She didn't have to. What I'm hearing, she didn't have to be a nurse now. Or she had to be a person in our next vehicle who he would have encountered.
Well, that's exactly what it was. Another person, it just happened that the other person ended up to be a nurse.
Exactly, and I'm saying this to say, but social media people are saying it as if nurses are being targeted in Jamaica.
I don't know if
And
that.
so
But
I don't know if
hey,
that.
Rusty,
yes. Listen, Rusty, this is what they're saying. If I saw them treat the nurses in Jamaica, we need to be careful when we
so
talk because
Rusty,
I
you not
also
get to
believe,
understand. Say the
Lion,
girl's father says
Lion,
she
hold
was
on,
supposed to
please,
call
I'm
in here.
speaking. Lion, I'm speaking. I was under the impression that this happened in the hospital setting. Why I said what I said just now, and I'm saying that to say it could have been me, it could have been Chuck auntie, Chuck's sister, it could have been.
No, it couldn't be Chuck's sister. Chuck could have been jail now for the Chuck's sister.
Lord God, I'm just saying. And then I'm just saying, this sounds like a person who believes that they are bigger and better than anybody who else is on the street. And they came and took out their bigger and better and somebody who they encounter. Road rage played in it. I'm not drunk in it, but it's all about you driving a Benz, but it's a GM or a
The
GT.
Benz outside. Take the Benz outside. That's a car. That man in our GLP.
Yeah, but Minister said, why? What reason you have to come up with such rage against a woman?
Hear me, I say, Angel. Hear me, I say. I want to say something. You see, I'm going to tell you this. This more personal than just a road rage. This can't be just a road rage. You couldn't say out order. You couldn't say out order for your wife or sister or daughter, son. Something else there behind this. Something else there behind this. You couldn't say out order for see my daughter, or my sister, or my mother, or my little cousin, or nobody for me and do that. Just out of the blue, so. Randomly, just get mad and dark and start kick down somebody, so. We're going to hear more about this.
Rusty, if something else, you say if something else on the behind Rusty, I believe there is much more than what the video show.
The girl, them say girl father tell her that she mustn't call in here, you know.
There is much more than what the video.
Guys, I do not want to go there on this platform.
All me know, I am happy that the police acted so fast before him could have reached the airport. The police catch him before him could have reached the airport. Unlike under the PNP government with the last one, we did have, we make it to the airport. But me not want to say that. So the police
I don't know
able to find him in a matter of hours. And one way
I don't know.
or the other, justice will be served.
Next thing I want to say.
I don't know. Hold on, little Rusty, because I still have to come off. I don't know if this man have something personal against nurses, because I heard a clip where another nurse called in to Cliff Hughes and was saying she had an encounter with this very same gentleman. He did the same thing to her. And then when she go around him, he drive her down, and at a stoplight, where the light was on red, he came out of his vehicle with a coffee cup in his hand and was beating down her vehicle with the cup. It's just that she didn't come out and in a confrontation with her, and she was on the phone with the police, because she said after she passed him and she realized, she called 119 and she was on the phone with the police. This very same gentleman, she said. So I don't know if this man has something personal against nurses.
Actually, no. Actually, she never said this very same gentleman. Correction.
Hold on.
Yeah, she never. I was listening to the lady talking to Cliff Hughes. She never said this very same gentleman. She said the person that happened to, that did that to her, looks his body looks similar to that person, because they were asking her if she could identify that person that night, and she was not clear. But she said he had the same kind of structure, he had the same complexion, the same thing, but she was unable to point out that it is that individual. But the car itself, what got her was the car really similar. Is the same kind of white Benz, is a similar kind of thing, and it's the same kind of behavior, because she said she was listening to it and it sounds so eerily similar. You understand?
Well, if she wants a witness, she can call me everything. Hear me now.
She was saying she's trying to get surveillance for that time, because she said it was sometime in February that happened. But it was so similar to that kind of person, but she's not sure if it is that person. So she's hoping that surveillance for that time can prove it is the person or not.
Something I know, my general. I hear what I was saying. I personally don't know of anybody in a rage with a nurse like that on a regular basis. If I say woman, woman, it
Yes,
just probably
that would make
that
sense.
nurse at the time.
That
Right?
makes sense, Rusty.
I don't know if anybody beating down on nurses. I've never heard that. Right? But what I can tell you about this particular incident is it's going to help to push up the crime rate. Because watch on, if she have anybody, we have family with what have anybody in our family who think like me.
Chuck, don't add nobody else to the box.
It'll be enough resistance in a few days.
But the thing about it, no, but the thing about it in a father is that from every story that I've got and every news that I've listened to, it appears that they both know each other. From every report that I'm getting is that they know each other. They know each other.
Me not care about the background of this thing. Personally, I am saying what this man do to this female, I don't care what could have been the cause. No man not supposed to deal with the woman.
Thank you. That's what I want. That's what we wanted. I really wanted to focus on that.
Whatever the issue is that caused this or whatever, yeah, fine. Deal with that differently. But it shouldn't be that you have a woman. Yo, bro, listen to me. Women and a full-time woman decide to start to put women at the rightful place. You understand me? Because at the end of the day, everyone that we as man want to have a queen by our side. And it cannot be that the queen we are by our side are the only good woman for the face of the earth. The other woman them out there, the other man them wife, sister, mother, a good woman too.
Exactly.
So just like how we want somebody to rate up for a woman, we have to give respect to other man, woman, bro.
Yes.
So me now go sit down and feel comfortable if you see a man deal with a woman, so. I mean now go say, me now go wait until a man go deal with my family, so. For me, say boy, for me lick out on it. No. Me I go lick out on it from no.
And so
support them.
And Maestro, that's what I want to say. We need to stick on that. We don't care if it was somebody who he knew, if it was somebody just randomly. This person sound like they got an issue. But with that said, Chuck, remember you were having a conversation about the law and how some of the PNP, they love crime, and some of these lawyers in Jamaica, they are millionaires from crime. And so when it comes to something like this, it shouldn't be a slap on the wrist of no fine. You should not be asked to pay a fine.
I'm sure it won't.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying.
Not in Wellness, Jamaica.
And so the crime need to fit. The time need to fit the crime. The time that you received needs to fit the crime that you have committed.
Angel, Kenny Hislop is asking to be added.
Yes, and when you come on, darling, please mute because someone else might be talking as you join the live. You can add, Chuck. Me just ask them to mute them, Mike, please. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rusty. You were saying something?
Hear me, I say, you know, this against children and women is becoming rampant in the society. And we need to take a stand against people who operate like this. Because, what you know, as well, me hear a daughter say a while in the comments, no matter if I'm wife or whoever she be. You're damn right, miss. Seeing Tahira. But let me tell you this now. You see people like them, yeah? We need a special kind of discipline for people like them, yeah? The government need to bring him back one sitting here. 20 lashes.
Cat-a-nine.
Cat-a-nine under your wongo jungle.
Cat-a-nine in the square of Spanish Town.
Hey, you're not supposed to do something like that to a woman, especially a nurse. Our caregivers. And just go to jail, go to 6 months and come back. You're supposed to get
exactly
lashes in with piece of them required there. Like how Jimmy Cliff get in at the other, they come and piss some piss.
Angel.
Yes?
Take over for me a minute. It's she who must be answered this calling. I'll be right back.
Tell her auntie say hi.
Yeah, man, they're supposed to get 30 blush. The piece of the electric wire, the black piece. Yeah. When it lick you wrap around you have to straighten it again. Over one barrel like when them do Jimmy Cliff in the other, I come make him shot some piece.
Jesus.
And the human rights come in and shut them out, say that nothing happen. Give them 2 of them, what's it too.
Mhm. But you're right, and it's listen, man. I don't care what you could be going through.
Me not see the video, you know, but from a year about it, God Almighty torment me, can hear me now. Year goes now, them go call up Angelina. Jesus Christ.
You know, I started to watch it just I couldn't finish because me said to myself, say, "Oh my God, that could have been my mother, my sister."
What you talk about, Churchill? You come like you want to in a year, what's it too.
What happened? What you say?
Churchill, but no, Cat. Cat 10 him forget.
But look, like we said, the time needs to fit the crime. And a lot of these crimes that are happening need to fit the time. The judge needs to watch this video and look at what this man did to this lady. How he treated her like she didn't matter to anyone. She was nothing. The crime needs to fit the time. And I bet you if they start getting these time, they will think about when they're going out to do certain crimes.
Yeah, you know, if you look out and receive, but if you get some cat and in blows and stuff, catch him over one barrel on time and wet him. When him prison get wet, and when him a booming get wet.
We can say something. I know we're getting
Go ahead,
emotional. We're getting emotional. The beating business is another story. That is another issue. And we're done with them. There's something there. Because
them something when your man understand this. Don't keep up.
We talk now, brethren. We talk now. We gone past them. They're sitting there now. He should be punished. He should be fined and also serve some time in jail. But when we are introduced a different issue now about beating by the state.
Man, they go to jail live like king.
Make him go to jail, go get him beat up. The state should not sponsor this kind of beating thing. I don't believe in that. We passed that. We are in a different mode of running the country now. The beating business.
That's like country so.
No man, don't say that. Don't say that. We gone past the beating thing. You see, when the slave master used to lash the slave, then that's the way I get where from. We know in that then there's something there. Right?
I agree with Churchill. I agree with Churchill because look, silent, hold on.
Listen, man, them need to send people to prison and give them hard labor. Lashing and lash out.
Labor, yes. Lashing, I don't believe in that either because
what you believe that people mash up people and go to prison, go sit down and live and come up back big and fat and strong.
No, so what we need the prison system to be reformed. We need them to do programs for these prisoners. Have them in a regime. I said this before in my life. When you get sentenced, just like a rapist, when you grape a young child, you don't have no more constitutional rights. You violate that right the moment
I see American system mash up Jamaica.
Let me finish the man. You see, when you grape a little young girl, you violate your constitutional right to privacy because now you are a registered graper. And when you're a registered graper, who are you registering for? It is I that live in the society needs protection from you. So why should your records be private? When I am the good productive citizen and you are the one who are registered based on your vile predator behavior and crime. I'm saying that to say the justice system works and it can work. We just need to reform the prison system in a way where when you go to prison, you're not going to prison on vacation. There are programs that you have to do to have good time served and programs that is mandatory you have to do. Let me tell you something. Yes.
What she can do?
Hold on, Sissy.
I love you, Sissy. So I have to report to
but you don't have to ask me for Sissy.
She couldn't. I don't mean she attack.
Exactly.
Oh, you're bright, such a.
You're bright. Sissy, mute him. Sissy, mute him, Sissy. I'm saying that to say, guys, when you go to prison, to unaliving somebody, you not to go to prison to sit down and wear hyper clothes. You're not supposed to sleep in that bed till 10 o'clock. You're supposed to have a time to wake up, to have breakfast, to do programs. You are now reprogrammed. We are reprogramming you to come out and be good, productive citizens. So it can work.
I'm trying to shift away from the issue we are talking about is the beating. Just because
Churchill,
let me tell you something.
hold on.
People make the argument. Hold on. Other people make the argument. Say them parents used to beat them and then I see nothing wrong with it. When we as a state sponsored beating, what message are you sending to the rest of the population? You want to down past that, you know, and go back there.
You know, only thing can justify that in my heart. If a man spitting on my face and stepping on my head like what that the man they do, I feel like he deserve the same fate like me. To be honest, I swear that are the only thing me think say justifiable for his actions. Him forget, but same thing what him do to me, I same thing him forget.
I said bring back the ketanine.
I think because
exactly.
more problem by
Surely can
perpetrating this kind of behavior about beating. Beating for done.
Me not care where you want to say Churchill. Me not care where you want to say the man did not have no behavior.
Churchill, me sure no say if it was your daughter, you didn't go sit down and take that stop. But it's your daughter. Or your sister.
And I know me.
No, me not defend the brother, you know. If you get the stiffest penalty.
So what is that
stiffest penalty was justifiable right now?
No, I'm talking about specifically beating.
The lady literally said, the lady dip on the ground and the man is stepping her head and she said, what me do to you? What the lady could have do to him? What accident caused that?
An accident.
But we not.
So when I
not support the man when
when you doing
the man is just a bully.
I'm not sound like we are defending man.
But when you're doing the same thing in a sissy,
it's about penalty.
Yeah, but when you're doing the same thing,
yeah, man, he can go get back. He can go to rehab and everything after. But he deserve to get back. He spit in the face and lick and then he go rehab and go to prison after.
Aye, okay, now I understand because I was about to say, but he gets to go back to his good life.
Into outer order.
So what you're saying is doing the same thing, but he still have to serve time.
Supposing you broke your man back.
Me I feel lick him back. Me want to lick back.
You don't know the damage.
What's the offense? What is the offense?
The damage that he does to that woman is worse than physical damage.
Of course. Yeah. Me don't think she ever go back to work.
That don't heal.
Me don't think she ever go back to work because she's supposed to help a man. She, as a nurse, supposed to help a man. They don't want to say, boy, look how me there to help. They were Jamaican man and one just stepping up the face for no reason at all.
Jesus.
You know, like,
you just a time about stepping up face. Suppose you say, oh, pick up the woman and drop down the woman. Could I broke the woman back or broke her neck?
Who's asking what is the offense?
I am asking what is the offense committed.
So you don't know the story we're talking about then?
You need to go get the video and watch the video.
Hold on, Lion. So why are you asking what is the offense?
Yeah, because I heard the discussion, so I want to know what's the offense. Do
you know the story of what we're talking about?
Sure, I know the story.
The offense is assault against a person.
Battery too.
Aggravated assault. Okay,
absolutely.
In take out him gun to me that one charge him for attempted murder.
The maximum sentence for that offense.
With a weapon, you should actually add that, Maestro. You should add that.
Well, no, the thing is, and this is where we kind of have a debate to say the fine must fit the crime, quote unquote. The thing is, if there's no evidence that he actually hit her with it, then that's why you might find they don't press that charge.
But that's stupid, Maestro. You know why?
You must be present in court, you know. The maker of that video must be present, you know.
Guys,
No.
hold on. Hear me,
You see the
hear
thing?
me. Hold on, hear me, Hassan. I am not here to discuss the law.
Right,
I
right.
do not give a shit what the law
Not
say.
care about the law.
Because may I tell the God Almighty truth.
Monday to
If
Thursday.
that was my sister, my mother, me never go say that, you know.
Me and Shika?
Me
How
swear
about me?
to God on this day that man would not be alive today.
Or me? You left me out.
What happened to
Me
me? What happened
and
to
You know one of the list them.
No, I get you know, Chuck. No. The man asked a question and we should provide the answer.
What stands?
But hold on. But hold on. I want you to provide this to Maestro. In the commission of the assault,
Of the offense. Of the
his
offense.
license firearm. He pulled his license firearm in. Did you hear what I say now? Let me repeat myself. In the commission of what he was committed, he pulled his license firearm.
He pulled a firearm, we don't know if it was licensed.
There you go again. But if it is
Well, the honest truth about the firearm, we don't know if him pull it or it dropped from him, but the next brother was handing it to him.
Maker of that video must be present. If that the person who videoed that not present in court, nothing on the video stands in. Continue. So the person
about that.
Let me tell you, man, court was coming like rubbish, you know, as you don't know.
Hold on, guys, one at a time. If the firearm is a licensed one, Maestro, would he still be allowed to keep his firearm?
No, it become illegal. No, a firearm become illegal when it's used to commit an offense.
Well,
So how we get to the law now? How we get to this part? Okay, discuss the law.
But you see, if it's coming up, you know, it's good to share.
You know,
It
so
wouldn't
much
become
thousands of
illegal.
people get unalive in the country, and you saw the law say about the state of emergency because they protect blinking criminal and business about other people.
But sir, you must remember, constitutional rights still remains. You know, so you can't use a law and breach people's constitutional rights. You know?
All right, what's your level?
That's why we believe in a preemptive strike. That means to say save life. If you know, say a man is a criminal and him have it for do criminal act or murder people, whether him use it or not, you get him out of the way. Preemptive strike, save life.
Me not feel well, but all I came up here to say, what that man was saying is rubbish, Chuck, because I don't think he understands the law. Because if the law works for the man, the law works for the woman too. She is a witness to that crime. And all of us is
Yes,
I
sir.
hear
Your service.
You're out more than you're in. Listen, I not jump down in and listen to me. When it comes to them something here, people, and I'm gonna be honest and accept it. When it comes to them things, I am extremely biased.
We're not gonna witness thing about that because
God
the woman is still
bless me.
alive.
God bless me with pure data. Me not have no son, pure data. So when me look on them something, I mean, who say me I pick me out the road for them one, me no, they no in my eyesight every minute. So when me see a man drag one woman out of a vehicle and do something like that, I honestly, to my heart, I do not care what the law say. Me not care. That is the only reason. If you no hear say me they are prison, and that's why me go there, because somebody did something like that to me pick me there. So I not care about law.
Me see the next video, Chuck, where he must slam dunk or lift her up and slam her down. Me say, they not so bad.
You're gonna say the woman 2 foot them up in the air and boom.
Talking about court.
No, you see, Chuck, hold on, Chuck, I understand where you're at, Chuck. But at the same time, we have to balance the conversation because we know.
You hear me now?
Yeah, try again. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying that he's saying the person that makes the video has to be in court. So isn't the woman a witness to her own attack? And if all of us watch,
Exactly.
I heard somebody say in the video, what you gonna do her that over that? Like them I say it's a simple thing. Why would you? There's no justification for one man step on a woman, then step on her head and jump over her like she's trash on the floor. The creator of the video does not need to be present in court. I do not know who told that man that. Oh yeah, the creator. The evidence is right there. And me did hear Russia say we
And
don't know
and
the
the man alive.
backstory. I don't care about no backstory, Chuck. There is no justification for a man
But look how
step
much
in a
time.
woman's head and have a gun over her. I
Look how
have
much
been
time to hear
places
a police
already.
get
Chica, where boy I tell me accidental brush now one boy I take one picture for my friend one day. And the boy tell me about, hey, you better careful move from me, no come and slap you and me lick across your feet. And I don't know this man from nowhere. So there is no justification. Some of these men treat women like them and nothing and trash. The maker of the video must not need for there. The woman is evidence herself in
no, but
word.
look how much time police get videos without with crime
Creator of
committed.
the
So
video.
without the creator being
Me
present,
no
me
know
don't
who
know
tell
if that
him
law.
feed laws them.
Yeah,
Me
man,
no know
they
who
just
tell
them talk,
him feed
man.
law. The man now go the
Let
chat.
me second something here. Let me second something. One time for Ainsworth, you are correct. The laws in Jamaica does say that somebody have to be there to authenticate the video. I think I foolishness, but the law does say so.
But it have to be maker.
Hold on, Kaya. It came to light a couple of years ago when them did video, the policeman did a shoot one man on the ground. And them said the person who made the video couldn't come out court, so nothing never come out of it. So we know so that was a lie. But again, people, I am biased where this is concerned, and I don't care what the law say. I hide my bias, you know.
But Chuck, you know she did go report it, and the police them turn away from the station. She reported it, you know. And the video come out now, make the man get. The lady reported it. The lady reported the incident. The lady reported. And
sure
people get charged without video all the time, Chuck. So
you don't need a video to charge.
You don't need a video to charge a person. And may I ask if the creator of the video not comes, no witness out of the video can come. The man them did they can't come either. That doesn't mean conviction ends work, but me sure enough that people get charged with.
The man will get justice will be served one way or the other.
You know, our Ainsworth just seem like he might give a justification or a friend or something. Me can't really take the justification of foolishness. The man, the Ainsworth the charge of me in your guilty. All right, Chuck, me can't do this now. The video is there.
Me can say
tell me
something?
say the man not guilty, Ainsworth. Yeah, just are your friend. I'm friend. I'm friend. That is clear as day.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, man.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, man.
Me have a serious issue. Me have a serious issue. I have a serious issue with the whole judicial system and the
Hold
how
on,
this,
Mark.
our
Mark,
society.
hold on. Chuck, me send you something, Chuck. Please read it. Please. Hold on, Mark.
In Jamaica, a person who records a crime such as a bystander using a mobile phone may not necessarily need to be physically present for the recording to be the evidence. However, certain legal conditions must be met to ensure that the evidence Special Measure Act of 2012, along with the Video Recording Evidence Criminal Proceeding Regulation 2015. All right, so this now, but this now, thank you, the X6 man. Not the X6 man. It was in relation to the very same video with the police that they amended the law so that the whoever record the video don't have to turn up. And they also record the law because now we are putting in CT cameras right around Island and the Jamaica Eye system, which is going to rely on even your personal camera at home. So these laws was amended recently, 2012 and 2015, to accommodate these things. So yeah, so it's after 2015 allows for video recording to be admitted in criminal proceedings. This regulation permits video witness to provide evidence via video link, or other that too, or through a pre-recorded video statement, particularly in the case involving vulnerable witnesses or those who may be unavailable due to safety concern. So yes, video evidence can now be admitted. Video evidence
without the creator.
Yes, can now be admitted without the creator. But before so, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
The video, a Jamaica, I pick it up. No man, the cell phone.
No, me hear say the Jamaica eye pan sound pan pink one. Me hear people say Jamaica eye, but me no know.
No sir, that don't look like Jamaica.
It don't look like it to me, but
that's a cell phone recording.
But at more than one video, you know.
But what I see looking at that video now, yes.
I think good justice with that, you know, chop. Me not care nobody wants
But he had friends that are there. Somebody was there with him. His friends, when he said take up the gun and give him it, was his friend. And your friend couldn't stop you and say, Bridget, I fuck you, to stop that.
Yes, somebody was saying in one of the video, them say, you're not fit to deal with her, sir. Oh, yeah, them did that at more than one video in a truck. There's another one where boy did I deal with her real bad. Real bad. Chop me not care nobody what say. Me would have me not care. Me would have to make somebody take him out. Me never did wait for no justice system. Because they say I have strong affiliations to whosoever, wheresoever, and I don't care. Him would have to go down. Me never did wait for no justice system to deal with him. What's up, she got the police station?
Don't repeat. Me know I hear you repeat that thing about. No, listen to me. I have a picture. I have a picture where me take with Andrew Wellness.
No, and I picture them they're saying he has a personal relation with the person. No picture. You can't take picture with anybody. That
you don't know of that. I don't know of that. I don't know. I do not.
All right, Chuck, I'm telling you, I got some intel from a source in a
listen to me, if rain fall, Andrew Wellness have a personal relationship with the water.
That's true, but Chuck, based on what they say, from you over pink wall, from Chuck, from the man over
have a personal relationship with the water.
Chuck, but you know, say a pink wall before.
If rain fall, Chuck, you know, have a personal
Chuck,
relationship
you know, say before
the
they charge, find the man and charge him man a pink wall, make people
rain
fall, where the man name.
If rain fall, you listen to me carefully. I understand what I try to tell you.
Me get what you say, Chuck, but me I say.
No, you not get what I say.
Chuck,
hold on. One stop, everybody. I find it quite hypocritical that people be out here say, oh, he's friends with Mr. Holness. And just forget that the man charged him murder of his wife. Because they don't want to use this now as as a political ploy.
No, Andrew, me say
no, you are talk like you don't want to say what it is.
I know, Andrew.
Back down from what he said. Because you know why? Even if I'm friend, I never him telling go do it. And that now have nothing to do with it. You can't choose, like you get to choose where your friend are looking to the future and this that one.
No, but I people them are people say we get where because I'm in affiliations, and Travi, we have to be real in Jamaica that a lot of people they evade justice based on the fact that they're associated with people. We are gonna be real and we are gonna be frank, Travi. In this country, Chuck, you know too, people that people that think, oh, and they make me know same own restore him on before, you know, because before this man was charged, you know, people over Pinkwall were the ones who gave up this man's name, who him a friend with, when live, said the woman report before. This is way before me go see the part and get charged after. So we have to be real and understand that sometimes we have to address the elephant in the room. People often get away due to
You know
political
what I do with the elephant in the
affiliation.
room? I cook the elephant and eat him. I don't address him.
I know, Andrew, me dey talk about stills, you know.
No, I am simply saying sometimes the elephant in the room needs to be cooked and eaten. Right? We have, listen to me. As I say, the takeaway from this, which I'm happy at, is that he is in police custody. And I am enjoying time in a lockup.
I hope so.
Right? Now, as I said before, as I started this part in saying to Marvet, just pass on to the nursing fraternity our love, our respect, and our appreciation for what they happen. I remember a couple of years ago, you know, there's a police series I normally watch. I don't remember if it was Cops or another one. And I remember one policeman, he pulled over one nurse. She was going to work and he pulled her over. She'd go a little fast. And when he pulled her over, he realized there's a nurse. He gave back her papers and said, go on. And I asked him, why him do it? He said, no, he said, I don't give nurses tickets. When I do not ticket nurse and I don't ticket doctors. He said, I can't imagine me just write one nurse one ticket. Something happened to me and I end up in the same ER with the same nurse. I look over me. So I don't leave. Every time I see them, I urge them to be careful and I send them on their way.
But Chuck, is the first time as a nurse I've seen people stand with nurses, and I've seen one of my nurse mentors. I went on their comment section since she did a topic on this, and people over there saying the nurse deserve it because sometimes nurses don't deal with people in a hospital well. So we have a society where me don't know why some of them love protect the village.
I am glad you said that, you know, because we've seen in the last couple of weeks the people standing with the police. And now we see them stand. So the Jamaica now is changing. This is life under the Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah, this is life under the Jamaica Labour Party. We stand with our service providers. We defend our service provider. So
me not defend the teacher them do, Joe. Me not defend the teacher them do. Because over there broke up JTA Cup and I blame government for JTA Cup. Me not defend them.
Now them pay JTA them news.
Them a cause JTA and a cause the government. I say I government and not JTA. Give them cup and I am not defending them. People them for bring them down. People them over there in comments I bring them down. I say they ungrateful. They should even get nothing.
Yeah, but I know. Did the couple them must up government of Jamaica or the JTA?
He might JTA, but they say the government of Jamaica.
No, what we have to do is tell them that the JTA is an arm of the People's National Party, not the government. The JTA is an active political arm of the People's National Party. So if they want to send them somewhere, it's not the government.
They need help. The teacher them, me don't know what they want.
Shika Amala is not coming up here, okay?
Well, O'Keefe was almost the president, you know. We saw him done something before.
Hey, Chuck, if him had did ever JTA president, would have done for?
Right, we see say him done something before and him was almost president, so.
Chuck,
Chuck, can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi everybody. I want to know if the video that was shown showed just a lady in a plain clothes, you know, with this being done by this I wouldn't even say gentleman, this whatever. Yeah. What would the discussion be?
Would that be the same thing?
It would be the same thing. JLP boss lady, I am sure it would be the same thing. It would be the same thing.
It would have been the same thing.
The question I would ask, you know, to be the devil, not going to be the devil now. If it was a man, they take out and a beat, what would it be?
Yes, it would have been different if it was a man, me believe so. If it was a man now, they would have said a man can't manage man blow. They would have said a man blow.
But we said that earlier.
And it's that reason why I'm saying that the discussion shouldn't be around who this person is, you know, who she was, the fact that she was in a uniform. Yes, we are cognizant of that. But the fact is that it is a male being abused, a female being abused by a male. That's just, that cannot be acceptable anytime at all. Yes, Angel.
Right. I think you joined the live a little bit late, because that's what I was very strong about. That's what I was saying to Chuck, boss. I was saying to Chuck, why are we talking? I thought it happened in the nurse in the hospital. Why are we emphasizing on the uniform and on the nurse? It's about a woman. It could have been your sister, Chuck.
Let me tell you why people were emphasized by the uniform. Because listen to me, if you're on the road, as me tell about the policeman a while ago, we say when he pull over the person, he realized it's a nurse in a uniform, so let her go. Something should have restrained your anger. Well, I wish you might, it's a nurse, I'm a lawyer.
Our society as well.
Yes,
hold on. No.
It's the way our society looks on different classes of people, you know, as well.
No, guys, no. When you're a civil servant and you're in your uniform, you get a lot more
respect.
I guess respect.
True.
And it is a thing where you go in at the bank, so you're going at the KFC and them place there, and you see them people there in them uniform. You're supposed to like give them first preference. It is a thing in Jamaica.
Because all the while we go to KFC and some police
Lashika, you know why that is true?
It
Couple
is
nights
basically,
ago, you know,
I know
police stopped me. And them manang the way them are going, but me know them police. Them are some specific road cop way. If them not represent the JCF, they represent themselves. Me not use them for judge the police work. Them need Jesus, and not Jesus them need. And one of them will know me. Me see him go across the road, cause him say him like him I say, boy, I make them deal with that, but him know me. So him probably I say, me know what they say a favoritism or whatever. And them ask them ID, and when me pull up my national ID, me NAJ, me nurse's license, my ID was on top of it. And I'm telling you that when he realized that it was on top of it and he saw what it was, him tone of voice kind of changed. Him become more less. Oh, him be like going like me a criminal. Him stop going like me a criminal. Okay, I say, oh, in tone change, attitude change. Once he realized who I was from his ID. And it happens with a lot of other professions. My sister's a lawyer. One time him stop her, oh, she have this car. It was 2019 with a 2019 vehicle. And when the man said, oh, sister, she was a lawyer, he make her go on. You see in that society, certain people, as she can say, this respect that they get, we're not saying it is fair. But, yeah, we know, say I just saw you go.
All right, Tahira, let me say this to you. It shouldn't be that you have to have a special ID for get special treatment. You're supposed to be treated with respect regardless which ID you have or don't have.
Exactly.
Right? You're not supposed to have that attitude towards people. That's why me and them fight sometime, you know. Because when the first thing them want to say, boy, I'm going to take boy up from a boy.
Yeah.
Me a boy, you're a boy too.
They don't recognize you, Rusty, that's why. Them not recognize you.
Oh, if you style me, I can style you. I mean that.
But Rusty, that is why sometimes me not bash people when they say sometimes like police deal with some of them one way. Me can't tell them say a lie because we have some of them. The force is getting real better, of course, but have some of them that regardless, them are their own big man and they not run by JCF, they run by themselves because that's it there. Run by themselves.
We are talking about no discipline, no manners, no principle at all.
Take a second. Since we down the road, I talk about the video and the evidence now. I saw where, is it the Gleaner or the Observer? The Observer put out a headline yesterday suggesting or questioning or trying to start a conversation about whether or not Jamaica Eye is impeding on our privacy.
Jesus Christ.
You say that again?
Anything to bring down the government.
No, such a, they gone too far now.
No, say that again.
I don't want, listen to me, I don't want to believe it. Let me find it and put it up
What is wrong with these people?
No, hear what you say that again.
The Jamaica well, let me find out which one first before me tell like on one of them. Is it the Observer or the Green? Which one of them? The Jamaica Observer published a letter. Let me rephrase. It was the editorial asking whether or not Jamaica Eye was impeding or infringing on our right to privacy. Now, why in a country that we are grappling with crime and the government is trying to do all these things to try and curb it? When you go to, there's no more city in the world more covered with CCTV than England. And all of them love go to England. In fact, them so love England that them are support to an Englishman for run this country. And they are questioning the authenticity of this program by the government.
Brother Chuck, there's no way in Japan and China with camera on there. I'm going to shit house it now there.
Chuck.
What is the level of
this
China and Japan?
Hold on, beg you 1 second.
Amala said it properly though. Hold on, Master. Amala said it properly in the comment section. Even though I'm not speaking to him because it seems like he found a new friend and she cannot talk to him either. But Amala said it properly. Inside your car? You're in a public area?
That's the point I was going to make. As I was saying, this don't need no going further with this conversation because CCTV camera are in public spaces. So what privacy you expect in a public space? So that is just rubbish right now.
In a country with so much crime per capita, we don't need no privacy. We have a bigger issue. Privacy is the least of our problem right now.
Our issue is that there's too much of it.
No,
too
sir.
much privacy.
We need more of it because people need to start understand how them operate in the public spaces. Only in your bathroom and your bedroom one camera not supposed to be. Yeah. If you be all your gate, it protect you too. In case
Exactly. And so I don't understand. I mean, some arguments I don't even entertain, because it just don't make no sense. You sound stupid talking about it, like Chopper said earlier. You sound, just ignorant and illiterate talking about it. You sound stupid talking about it.
Then crazy. Like they find a new topic every week to try bring down the government where don't make no sense. What kind of privacy do we need in public spaces?
Japan, in China, in Singapore, there's camera every single where. You notice the level of principle and discipline that those people have?
Exactly.
If you drop a piece of paper anywhere in Japan, you see, you're going to see a paper come to your phone, so you forgot a quote for paper.
Other day, Rusty, me going to one Chinese man shopping and I lose something, And if the Chinese man never have in camera the face out a door, me wouldn't know which part is something drop off of me. And if the Chinese man never have in camera the part outside on the street. So we don't need no privacy. We have a bigger issue of crime. We don't need no privacy. Every street light should have one camera on it. If I did me, every street light have one camera on it. They look, me a prime minister.
Glad to you're prime minister.
When I opened up, hold on, Amalo. Who had Amalo to this club? Anyway, every day when I open my ambulance and I go in there, there's a big old camera. There's a big old camera facing me and my partner. Now the camera don't stay red. It doesn't record us unless they need to record. If something happened, if we hit a bump, if the car go at a certain speed, if the ambulance go at a certain speed, then the camera turns on. If we hit something, the camera turns on, right? And so I'm saying this to say, a camera is fixed on me all day, every day. I want me to tell the people them say, I need privacy. It's not.
You know why
Because that is
awful.
awful. It's not only to protect me now. All I must say, it's not only to protect me now. If something should happen while I'm driving, because it happened to one of the drivers, one old lady drive and run the red light and tell the policeman, so the guy with the ambulance, red light, run the light and didn't stop. And that didn't happen. That camera proved that
You live in the
It
States,
didn't
you see, Angel.
happen.
I mean, can tell you this. I don't live in the States, but I know this because I watch your brother, DiCaprio, the judgment there. If you run a red light anywhere in the States, them can show you evidence right via camera. Yeah. Watch us something there all the way, drop the cap.
I mail, you see, I come in there, yeah, get to go pay.
My sister get one.
Government money.
Lashika, my sister get one ticket at Canada. One fat ticket. When she done, she have to do community service. Jamaican people too free. Then
The reason why most people is against this camera. Too much of us have criminal intentions.
Exactly.
Too much of
I'm
us.
telling you something when we just read, Rusty.
He's a criminal.
May I tell you something? May I tell you something? Good evening, Omalo. May I tell you something when we just read? One girl say, a man a man asked her to receive some money in her account, and after receiving the money, she should send it to a particular person. Now her account is frozen. She can't access her salary, and her life is in a mess. Saying that to just support Rusty's argument, too much of us are complicit with criminality. Why that man not go open one account and put free money in there? Eh? That man, the same man, has scam so many people. Tell him, say, I'm a doctor, him a this, him a that.
Chica, she's so gullible. Me don't get so scared you tell me about put money in my account. What?
Angel.
Chica, don't talk to Amala.
You know the argument, Chuck, me kind of understand. Because there's a lot of people in Jamaica don't understand the law. They don't even take no time out to read to try to find out just even little bits and pieces of the Constitution. We as Jamaica, we will live and go to Canada, we will live and go to America. We know the Constitution them over there, and we don't know nothing about the Constitution of Jamaica. We don't know our rights of Jamaica. We don't know nothing. Yeah? But I had an argument with Miss Kitty on the radio one time about the same thing. Because she had some presumption that she could walk in the public and people must ask her to take a picture. They're not supposed to just take a picture if they feel like it. So I said, Miss Kitty, you have to understand that you are here to inform the people and let the people know their rights, because definitely you're a lawyer and stuff like that. And there is no presumption of privacy in public spaces. These public spaces are extended to government institutions. All government institutions, you can go in there and videotape the people them and do them work. You can go in there and videotape what is happening inside there, because this is how you get redress from your government. This is a constitutional right. This is not a law that is passed by Parliament. This is a constitutional right Jamaicans have. And we must know that. Yeah? There is no expectation of privacy. Anybody can want you in the public. If you want privacy, you go and get one tent and put it over your face and your body and walk around with it.
Yeah, like a Muslim.
Yeah. But as long as you're in the public, you are in the public. You're in the public space. And she was like, she have to go look it up. I said, okay, just go ahead. And when you get the answer, you come back, come tell the people.
Me no have no problem with no camera. Then they worry about the wrong things, them, honestly.
No problem with no camera,
JFJ, right now, JFJ, all the two silent about that little girl situation there, you know. Then the two silent, but then the
JFJ get buy out, man.
The JFJ, the two silent, man. JFJ is Jamaicans for criminality. I can't, that is all me think. Jamaicans for junk, literally. They have no use. Jamaicans with John Crow, literally. We can't stand
Jamaicans with just
JFK.
shit. Jamaicans with just shit.
Then just like you now cry justice against police brutality allegedly, and a little girl die, and it outroar what me expect. Me not get it. Only should have been loudest after any billboard.
One policeman not get shot in the house one of them day. Me not hear JFJ.
Today, JFJ not care my police. That's not a JFJ concern.
we have to be very mindful also, you know, that certain institutions have certain mandate, and their mandate, maybe we don't like it really, but and we know them sometimes political, but their mandate is not to be out there advocating for people who are already getting advocation from the state. And they are saying that if the state do something, who is it that the people will turn to for someone to advocate for them? And that is why they really advocate on the behalf of people from the state to get the justice.
Shouldn't that justice? Shouldn't be justice for one, justice for all?
No,
That's how justice work.
But
Amalo, it's not. The state is a very powerful entity, you know.
Amalo, bear in mind, you know, when Jamaican for Justice started, this is the problem. When Jamaican for Justice started, they were a human rights organization. People did love them, people did support them. But now they have morphed into a political organization.
And that is what I'm saying. We must all